If you're talking to a hooker,
a menu item.
This is a menu item.
Okay, this is a real menu item. I could get a goat.
Yeah.
Because I have seen it, and I do not like it, and I do not look forward to it.
Get your half and half.
You're like, I'm Chester Barclay, and then the cashier is like, wait, like from Tales of Fantasia?
Oh no.
Yeah, let's do this.
Welcome to Born in the
before we
80s
start,
episode.
See, I wanted to interrupt this time because I never get to interrupt. All right, go ahead.
Well, you interrupt later than the intro, because then I just cut that out.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to Born in the
80s, episode 490.
Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 537. I'm your host, as always, John_Danger, joined by my beautiful and lovely co-hosts.
Matt Haig.
TJ's here.
Integrity just splashed down back on the Pacific. It's me, Spanky, and I'm watching NASA.
Are you watching that
back,
woke
Artemis
that
2.
woke NASA now?
Yeah, I'm watching woke NASA.
With all those women astronauts?
Yeah, with the women and Canadians.
Oh my god, so woke.
Yeah. I have an affinity for women Canadians on account of one of my best friends is a women Canadians. So
I see. When ephebophilia.
nope,
What?
that's
That's
Fantasy
not it.
Star Blue Bursts. That's Fantasy Star Blue Bursts.
I love that Fantasy Star online private server Spanky just calls ephebophilia, which is something entirely different. Look it up. We won't talk about it.
Yeah, we won't.
There was a meme, and I don't remember what
God.
it was, but I feel like it was an animated video, and it was a kid defending his uncle who got arrested for pedophilia. He's like, no, guys, no, he's not a pedophile, he's a phebophile. And I don't remember what video or whatever that was, but in my brain, phebophile has been in there forever. And then TJ said, let's play Fantasy Star Blue Burst. It's a or something. And
I think it's Aphinia.
I've been
It is Aphinia,
incapable of remembering Aphinia. And my brain just goes, you're playing a phebophilia Fantasy Star. That's what this is.
I mean, it's better than saying SCHT hack for the other main server. Although I think there's an Ultima one too. But yeah, shot hack server I think is what people call it.
I need to talk about my drink because I bought it and I forgot to put it in the fridge, and so I had to put it in an ice cup.
Okay. It looks dark. Is this a cola of some sort?
So I saw this and I was like, I have to buy it. Only 12 packs, so I hope it doesn't suck.
See, I saw that and I haven't gotten it yet.
Coca-Cola Cherry Float Zero.
My guess is it's a cherry Coke with that cream flavoring shit they put in key lime LaCroix.
Very possibly.
Or just
It
whatever
tastes-
vanilla they put in vanilla.
Yeah,
Coke.
how different would that taste from cherry vanilla Coke?
So it does taste different.
Okay.
So it tastes like cherry vanilla Coke, except for it has a lot of that. It's like very floral. It's very. Oh man, I can't even describe it. It's like that really fake vanilla flavor. It's
Does it have
not
that
like the LaCroix Spanky.
Does it have that stick to your mouth feel that regular cream has?
No, because it's a zero. I bet if I had the non-zero version, it would be. So yeah, I didn't want to buy a 12-pack of full fat Coke.
That's fair.
I can't really.
Full fat.
That's what I call those. I did buy a 12-pack of full fat Mountain Dew because they had it was the Mountain Dew Baja Blast like Cabo Punch or something.
Baja Cabo, whatever that tropical.
So
punch
I haven't
is.
tried that yet, but
Guava
that'll be in
Cabo.
a future episode. We'll talk about Baja Cabo. This is okay. It's fine. It tastes like a vanilla. It tastes like a cherry vanilla Coke, but like they're trying to make it like have like an ice creamy flavor, so the vanilla is like way more. I think it's a little less subtle.
Okay. So it's more vanilla forward.
I wonder if they're trying to like get in the dirty soda trend, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Tell me what is dirty soda, because I'm gonna explain why I'm asking the question. I don't want to look it up because I'm gonna. When I put the word dirty into a search engine, I have fucked up. I know that's a trap. I'm not doing it. But when I go to Taco Bell app, because I'm drinking the remnants, the backwash of a Baja Blast Zero Sugar, and I don't get ice in these because that's a scam. And so I go to the app and I do customize no ice, but one of the options there is make it dirty. And I don't want fucking Taco Bell asking me if they want me to make their shit dirty. I don't want it dirty.
I'm sure the Taco Bell dirty would be a nightmare as well, because any like fast food restaurant dirty soda is going to be bad.
They've got pumps of vanilla cream to add to it.
Okay. So what a dirty soda is so you have to know who invented it, and your mind is gonna be blown. So
is it the Kellogg guy that thought that
I can't believe none of you know this.
Wait a minute. Someone was telling me about the fucking what are they called? Utah assholes that Missouri kicked out.
Mormons.
Oh right.
Mormons.
So Mormons invented the dirty soda.
I knew that they had
had
like soda bars that like they do
I
soda
was thinking
cocktails.
soda bars. I didn't know dirty soda came from there.
Yeah, so that is, well, maybe not necessarily dirty soda. At least it was popularized via social media.
I mean, they invented the black cow, didn't they?
Because there's a million. This is a thing that you don't realize.
But if it
is
prays
that
hard enough, it turns into a white
The
cow.
Mormon church is like drastically shifted leftwards. It's still right wing, but like they're trying to be like suburban mom right wing now.
Yeah.
Instead of like insane black people don't get to go to heaven because they're black until the 70s.
You can just say Southern Baptist, John. We all know who you're talking about.
So anyway, no, but I mean, I'm saying the Mormons said that black people didn't get to go to heaven because they weren't like real people or whatever until the 70s.
Yeah, but they also said that
if you're mad at me, you can
Southern Baptists
come and
still
find
think
me,
that.
I'll kick your ass. I'll put your head in the toilet.
So
it was also a Mormon doctrine at the time that if you prayed hard enough, God would turn you white, and then you could get into heaven.
Oh,
so
shit.
Mormon's fucking crazy the farther back you go.
About that.
So I'm looking at a recipe from forkinthekitchen.com and scrolling through the 800 pages of the person talking about how their grandmother invented sodas or something, you know, like every online recipe. And I get to the point where they talk about it. So dirty soda is basically, they say buy a mini can of soda because it gets you the right ratio for like a full glass, you know, like a 12-ounce glass. So like an 8 ounce of soda, right? So this person's doing Diet Coke, but you can do anything. A lot of people like the 7-Up with this. So anyway, what you do is you add a syrup. So you can add any sort of syrup you want. Like a vanilla syrup is pretty popular. Looking at coconut syrup, raspberry, peach, very popular. And then you add cream or half and half, like a coffee creamer. So like 2 tablespoons of coffee creamer, and that's it. So it's coffee, or it's coffee creamer, coffee like Torani syrup, but with soda instead of coffee. I'm sure it tastes good.
Sodas.
We drank Pilk. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's Pilk. Yeah.
To say, I make chocolate sodas pretty often, which is basically just half and half, some chocolate syrup and seltzer, and then a scoop of ice cream.
So the classic,
it's essentially like a chocolate milk float.
The classic dirty soda is Diet Coke or regular Coke, lime juice, coconut syrup, and half. Like that's the dirty soda, the original.
That sounds like it'd be a great mix. I just really don't like coconut.
Yeah. There's a couple good ones here.
I think I'd probably.
These sound good.
Being you.
Yeah.
Raspberry cream soda. Now, that sounds pretty good.
That sounds kick-ass.
That's Sprite, raspberry syrup, vanilla syrup, and half and half. That sounds pretty good.
It sounds good, but raspberry would be good with a cola too.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
Coconut Dr. Pepper, which is just Dr. Pepper instead of Diet Coke without the lime. Orange creamsicle is orange soda, orange syrup, vanilla syrup, and that. Yeah, easy. Strawberry Coke. Coke, strawberry syrup, vanilla syrup.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really what I think they're trying to get with this, is the dirty soda.
Yeah.
And I think they're like, I'm sure there's people like being paid by Coca-Cola to put TikToks of them using this and just adding the half and half and being like, it's a pre-made dirty soda. Just add the half and half. I don't have any half and half. Otherwise, I would put some in and have a dirty soda.
I've got half and half.
A half and half usually costs like what, $80. It's usually cheaper than the full thing.
$80. John, what are you talking about? Half and half costs like $2.
He's making a sex joke.
Oh, gross.
A half
You
and
have to
half
explain
in
these
urban,
things to Spanky.
a half and half in urban slang is
Is this
offered
one of
performed
those
by a
things
prostitute.
like a rusty trombone that
No.
guys talk about, but nobody in the
No,
world
no,
has
no,
ever
no, no,
fucking
no.
done?
This
No.
is a legitimate. If you're
This
talking
is
to a
generally
hooker,
a menu item.
this is a menu
Okay,
item.
this is a real menu item. Okay.
What? It's just oral and vaginal, half and half. It's
Oh.
it's the typical everything you'd want.
No, it's the nothing I want. I don't want either of those.
You is used hypothetically. We're not talking about you.
It's the royal you.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. It was very
Yeah.
specifically the British royal.
One of them. Okay, so the dirty
Yep.
soda's over.
Probably
I
more
have
than
my
one.
fake dirty soda. I do love that this thing says specifically that you should use the nugget ice because fucking people are obsessed with the tabletop nugget ice makers. Anyway.
You know, here's the thing. That kind of ice is good. I like that ice. One reason, number one, you pour something into it, it's instantly cold because it melts quick. That's thermal transfer. You don't have
A lot
a
of
big
surface
block of
area.
shit. And that's why you don't want it for like a whiskey, because a whiskey you want that big cube of ice in there, just keeping it at the right temp so that every time you sip, you get a little bit of that water in there to cut it with. That's what you don't want
Yeah.
nugget ice for a whiskey. That's fucked up behavior.
You want one very large sphere.
That would be cool. I don't have a sphere silicone ice doodad. I just put a cube of ice in my whiskey.
Hmm.
But the nugget ice, I like it, and the only place I ever have it is
Sonic has it, I know.
Sonic. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because they put it
So I
in their...
can't ever escape this fucking hedgehog.
The second reason for nugget ice is it's cool to crunch on after.
That's true.
That's a good point.
I really like munching on the nugget ice, and it's not just because I'm low in iron.
TJ is a nugget muncher.
What about nougat ice?
Oh yeah, I forgot. So I forgot that the whole point of the reason why dirty soda exists isn't just the fact that Mormons don't drink alcohol. It's that Mormons don't drink coffee.
Because
There's-
of caffeine.
Yeah.
Yes.
The specific wording is hot
Man,
drinks, and
I hate
hot
Missouri, but I kind of
sometimes
agree with whichever Missouri governor was like, if the Mormons don't get out, we'll kill them.
is.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, exactly. So yeah, Matt is totally on it. Is that for some reason cold caffeination is fine. Hot caffeination is the devil's temperature.
Well, and sometimes, like depending on the sect, hot is interpreted to mean different things.
Yes.
Like, hot can mean caffeinated, or it can mean.
So
like,
and it's not
actual
even
temperature.
necessarily that Mormons aren't allowed to drink coffee, but it's because they're so concentrated in Utah that there's just not a lot of coffee culture. And when you're growing up, there just isn't coffee. There's soda. So
Yeah.
that's how you get your caffeine and energy drinks, I'm assuming now. But so they just, so got to give the Mormons credit. They're on the forefront of soda Mollying. Oh, Spanky's completely muted now.
Yeah.
Spanky muted himself.
Yeah.
I don't know if he
Spanky
can't
is
hear us, but
he is hardware muted because it's not Discord mute.
Oh, I can see him saying the words hardware muted.
I did. I clicked the mute button.
He did
I
it.
just clicked the mute button.
All right.
Sorry. No, to people who
Oh, boy.
didn't know what I was referring to, and I know
Okay.
I've brought it up before, but it's one of my favorite weird Missouri facts.
Okay.
Of course,
Weird
before
Missouri
referring to
facts.
Missouri Executive Order 44, which is
Wait.
I'm just hoping that it was where Star Wars got the Execute Order 66 from,
I'm
where
sure.
Missouri 1838 Missouri Governor Lilburn Boggs, in response to the Battle of Crooked River, said that Mormons get the fuck out, and I think the quote is that the Mormons have made war upon the people of Missouri, and they must be treated as enemies, and they must be exterminated or driven from the state if necessary for public peace. Their outrages are beyond all description.
Wow.
It's just
They went hard.
fucking, this guy hated these guys so fucking much.
They went hard.
And
I think the Mormons got kicked out of Wisconsin too, but I don't think we have anything quite so fiery as
Yeah, we
that.
were just like, hey, could you get out of here, eh? We don't
It was
we
just a
don't like
general,
what you're doing.
People don't like us here. We should leave.
we
they
got too many.
definitely went to Illinois, and I think Illinois kicked their ass out too.
I mean,
But
honestly,
I don't think anyone did it with quite the
No.
funny ass language that Lilburn Boggs.
as much as
They really do
Wisconsin
be
now-
naming people like that back in the day.
as much as Wisconsin nowadays is very much against the other, basically, like, they're just too lazy to kick all the rest of them out, other than the Mormons.
Yeah.
You got the Hmong community up there. It's just, yeah, I guess they're there now.
Well,
and
that's really interesting because
Yeah.
the United States made a pact with them for Vietnam for them to be on our side.
Yep.
And like in exchange for getting to stay here. And then when it came to finally pay up, Wisconsin was the only place I was like, oh, sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, you
sure,
can
we got
come
the
here.
room for, we got the room for
We
them.
got
We'll
cheese,
just
we got beer.
Yeah.
You know.
we'll just move some of the natives out.
Yeah. And now they make
It's okay.
they bring
we
really
named
good
a
stuff
bunch
to
of cities and
the
counties after them. They'll
Yeah.
be fine.
Oh yeah.
We'll
All
move
of our high
Northern
school
Menominee now.
mascots are named after them.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
yeah.
Anyway.
You can't live here anymore, but
Oh yeah.
you can see a caricature of what we think you are in any mascot on any high school.
I do appreciate that the area where my parents grew up, they went to Black Hawk High School, only a few dozen miles away from Black Hawk, when he confronted the U.S. Army and they forced him to move to the reservation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which one? The Dakotas or up to
I don't
Menominee?
honestly remember. I have a
Yeah.
Black Hawk book that I need to read, but
This is why I don't know if it's disrespectful or not that I don't say any of the names of the counties and cities in Wisconsin, right? Like when I say Wanakee,
yeah, that's pretty close.
Wayuneki.
Yeah, Wayuneki's
Because
great.
like yes, it's disrespectful to the natives, but like it's also disrespectful of them to kick them out and call the cities that. So like fucking I don't know.
Also, guess what our high school mascot was?
Tell me.
It was the Wanakee Warriors. And it was a stereotypical Native American dude.
Wow.
Yep. I think it's like something else now, but
There was the only thing close to that where I grew up was there was just the Indians. Like they were called the Couch Indians, I believe was the name of the city.
That sounds right.
I would,
And I don't remember if they had a
absolutely-
mascot.
I would absolutely love it if they were like, we ain't changing the name, and then they just went like full in like East Asian Indian, like logos
South
and
Asian,
stuff.
but yes.
Yeah.
That'd be incredible.
Ugh.
All right, so
Have like fucking like Shiva as the mascot.
Yeah.
So our
Full on- and at commencement, instead of doing an opening prayer, which is technically illegal, but it's Missouri, so no one's gonna get in trouble for doing it. They just have an actual like fucking guru come out and do like spiritual yoga and shit at their
Yeah.
commencement.
A true
you
yogi
cast
up there. Yeah.
yoga fire at everybody.
so
Watch a
so
fucking dumb skit
multiple
about that.
multiple Wisconsin
I saw that too.
multiple Wisconsin
Holmes.
great mascots. We've got, I mean, nothing will beat Northern Illinois' mascot, the Freeport Pretzels, obviously. Great one.
But that's not the best one.
It's
The best
incredible.
one is UC Santa Cruz, what they changed it to.
What?
The banana slugs.
No. Okay, we're
Banana
talking to high
slugs are
school. We're
cool.
talking high school mascots here,
Okay,
not
fair.
not
Or
some
I had
giant
a
marketing
coworker-
corporation that came out. Go ahead.
I had a coworker at his high school. They were the Cupies, as in the freaky Cupid dolls
Oh.
that they have.
Like the Kewpie Mayo.
Yes, like Cupid Mayo, and it like I think it was like not even officially licensed, maybe, but they had a mascot that was a Cupid, a full human-sized Cupid, and oh my
Oh.
god, that's fucked up. That's haunted.
I hate that.
Yeah,
I just Googled this doll. 'Cause I
Okay.
didn't know what it was, and I hate it.
So in Monroe, where I went to school for a bit, they're the
Your
cheese.
mascot
They're
was
the
cheese.
cheesemakers. Was the name of their team. That was their mascot. We've got
The Hickman Cupies. That's what I was thinking.
yeah.
Sorry.
So Ashland, which is right up in the Great Lakes, northern Wisconsin, they're the ore dockers. Because like they do a lot of like iron ore mining up there, and so they ship it, on the Edmund Fitzgerald across the Lake
So
Superior.
an ore docker is somebody that loads ore onto ships.
Yeah, it's like the Green Bay
Okay.
Packers, like Acme Packing Co. There.
Yeah.
So Bayfield, Wisconsin, they're the Trollers. That's fun. But the one that was in the conference with us in high school were the Cuba City Cubans.
Yeah.
I don't understand
I don't know why it's called Cuba City.
why the Cuba City Cubans
Here's my hot take.
are
All mascots should be
hung.
all mascots should be animals, because that's the only way like furries can get into the fursuit building game,
It's,
right?
it's onboarding for the furry
Because
culture.
every single mascot that's built, a fursuiter is building it. That's who's actually making these things. And like, you gotta like, they're gonna be too awkward in high school to get a whole fursuit, and probably broke because those are expensive. But they could be on the cheer squad and then wear that fucking mascot.
I have a solution.
I'm just saying, I've joined the culture war on the side of fursonas.
I have a solution for Cuba City. If their mascot was a really delicious sandwich
Yeah, that would be
Hell
awesome.
yeah.
So
with like
some of the
shredded
I'm
pork and
looking at some
pickles.
great mascot names here from Wisconsin.
They
So
could
there's-
be the Cuba City Habaneros, but they can't get racist and make it have a mustache or anything.
so they're
No, they keep it the Cuba City Cubans.
so they're like the Cubans, but they're just like a generic guy. Like a guy. So
Fidel
Is
Castro.
this like a costume mascot or just a
I think it's a.
dude? Because the
I
Warriors
honestly
didn't
don't
have like
remember
a
what they
costume.
have.
They have a skin darkening makeup you can wear if you.
So they have so my school is the Redbirds, which is just boring as hell. But the Horicon, the Marshmen, because the Horicon Marsh is up
Horicon
there.
horse.
I like the Marshmen a lot. That you could go as like the fucking
sounds like a
bog man
cryptid.
from, you know what I mean, Swamp
Yeah,
Thing.
just get like a ghillie suit.
The Platteville Hillmen, because there's that giant hill where they light up the M for mining. And the Cuba City Cubans. Did you know that Cuba City was called Yuba? Yuba
No.
City? And then they found there was another Yuba, Y-U-B-A, and they changed the name to Cuba. I don't think it has anything to do with the country of Cuba.
And they
Yeah.
never found out there was another Cuba.
Yeah, there's the Pergolders, obviously, but that's like a bunch of ones. Anyway,
I looked up my
the
conference from where I
Nakusa
grew up.
Papermakers. Not nearly as exciting as cheesemakers.
Yep.
No,
My
but a
old
lot
conference,
stinkier.
all animals, and then there's rangers and cavies, short for cavaliers, which is
Anyway, I'm sure all the mascots in Spanky's area are very good.
So, here's the thing. I looked up my my what I remember it as being conference. And
Dude, I just got a
think-
giant list. All right, keep going. I got more for you.
So it was the Missouri South Central Association for Football and Basketball, and I believe they have changed it to something else now, because they all show as like until 2017. Either that or this page just hasn't been updated since 2017. I don't know. We've got I mean, most of them I think aren't bad. As I remember it. Now, as I click through them, probably gonna be bad. My school was the Bobcats. Animal, fine. Then I know there was one that was the Panthers. There was the Kabul Bulldogs. There was the Tigers.
Not the Kabul Kobolds?
Huh?
Come on. Kabul Kobolds?
I wish they were Kobolds, but they were Bulldogs.
Damn.
I would have taken their fucking candle. There's the Liberty Eagles. That one's very Missouri coded. There was 2 Tigers. There was the Salem Tigers and the Houston Tigers.
What about the Salem Witches?
And Willow Springs Bears. So we were basically all animals. There was near us, but not in our conference, the Couch Indians, as I've said. And then, I wonder what Haiti was. Haiti, spelled like Haiti, but said Haiti because it's from here. I'm gonna see what they were. I remember we played them in basketball. Oh no, it isn't spelled like Haiti. It's spelled Hayti. My apologies to whoever spelled that, for getting it wrong, and also for you being like that, because what the fuck. There were I tell you what, who had probably the most fucked up names was the Catholic schools. They were always like the Crusaders.
Yep.
It's like those guys were fucking war criminals. They were genocidal as hell.
Yeah.
Stop calling yourself that, Central Catholic of Springfield, Missouri, or whatever.
All right, so I've got the list of Wisconsin high schools' nicknames. We got some good ones. A lot of Falcons, a lot of birds, a lot of bird teams.
The Abundant Life Challengers. They'll explode on you.
Well, that is the school that had the school shooting last year.
Oh, man.
That's right near my house. So we have the Railroaders. That's pretty interesting. Rivermen. Terrors. Appleton West Terrors. That's pretty cool.
It's fine.
The aforementioned
They used to be the Night
Ordockers.
Yep.
Warhawks. That's a little adjacent.
Yeah.
We just have the Auburndale Apaches. The Blackhawks, of course, Thunderbirds. Pirates. That's fun. Why aren't there more pirate themed ones? That's cool.
Trollers. I like the Trollers.
Braves. Yeah, Trollers is cool. Bayfield Trollers.
I really, really like Berlin Indians because that is 2 places that are very specifically not the same.
Yeah.
Berlin is they should be like the sauerkrauts or the bratwursts or something. Come on.
So we got 3 real good ones here in a row. We have the Bruce Red Raiders, the Burlington Demons, which I love.
Yep.
And then the Butternut Midgets, which sounds like that sounds like a treat you can buy.
Yeah.
Like that your grandma will have in her candy bowl. Would you like a Butternut Midget?
So I looked at Hayti, by the way. They were the Indians. But when I looked them up, I also learned that American football safety William Moore, who spent his entire career with the Atlanta Falcons from, was it 2009 until, I don't remember where it says, 2009, 2015, he played at Hayti. He's from Hayti. So if you're listening to the podcast, William Moore, sorry about that.
Clintonville
I like the Columbus
Truckers.
Catholic.
I like the Clintonville
We'll get there.
Truckers.
I don't want to spoil it.
Columbus Catholic Dons. Don't understand that one.
They're mafiosos.
The Crivets Wolverines. ATJ?
Yep. It is.
DeForest Norskies. I like that.
Actually, a funny thing about the Crivets Wolverines is they didn't want to do like Michigan and have just like a letter on their helmets and shit. So they just decided to actually get an animal, and for the longest time, like 40 years, since they couldn't get a Wolverine, they just miscolored a bear head, and just that's close enough.
I do like
it's better now, but it looks really bad.
I do like the Elk Mounders.
Yeah.
The
I
Drummond
like the
Lumberjacks.
Eau Claire Memorial Old Abes.
Yeah, the Old Abes.
Old Abes.
That's pretty good. A lot of Warhawks, Red Hawks, a lot of Hawks.
The Freedom Irish.
Yep.
The freedom. So there's also the Red Tide as well, which I thought was interesting, which is the Alabama. There are some some. I believe there's like some allowance of high schools to use college like things. Anyway,
Yeah.
Fighting Trojans, Hustlin' Hawks, Greenfield. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
The polar bears. That's unique. What about the
Got the
Independence?
Highlanders.
The Independence Indies. The Highlanders.
He's nuts.
Indies nuts. Yeah.
Indies nuts. Okay, here's an incredible one that I saw on a different list. The Kakana Galloping Ghosts.
Fuck
Mhm.
yeah.
The Kettle Moraine Lasers.
All
That's
right.
sick.
Fuck yeah.
Lasers.
We did have
right?
we had in my area the West Plains Zizzers.
Oh, I like the Zizzer.
Yeah.
A lot of these are very generic. Pergolders, as mentioned before. The ships. Manitoc Lincoln
ships.
ships. A
Got
lot
the
of
Leona
hilltop- lot of
fighting
hilltoppers.
Kellys. Yeah. A lot
Wait,
of hilltoppers.
Fighting what? Where do you see this?
Yeah, go up a little bit. A little bit from
Oh,
there.
the Leona fighting Kellys.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when those Kellys get angry, they do end up fighting.
Melon
Oh.
granite diggers. Hell yeah.
Melon granite
Sign me the
diggers.
fuck up.
McDonald's
Mesmer
Central has
Bishops.
the Max. Yeah. Those are good ones.
Milwaukee's got a lot of bird teams.
Of course, Monroe has the cheesemakers.
Yes, the cheesemakers.
Yep.
Spanky's been to Monroe and had
I
cheese
have,
there.
and I had a stinky sandwich from Monroe.
Yes,
and I
you
loved
did.
New Glarus
Glarner
Well, I
Glarner
loved it
Knights.
except for the fact that I burped and was like, I'm gonna make people mad if they smell me.
Yeah.
Oconomowoc raccoons.
I love saying
in
Oconomowoc.
hindsight, I probably shouldn't have ordered the Limburger sandwich with onions and liverwurst, knowing I was gonna be in a car with y'all for another
Honestly,
hour.
we didn't notice. Do you like the Pius 11 popes?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a
Funny.
Catholic school.
Yeah.
I'm surprised at how many hillmen there are. Red Raiders, that's a popular one too. I've seen that a bunch of times. Yeah, nothing. Whoa.
So what did I say? What did I fucking say about these Catholic bastards?
St. Anthony Roman Legion.
Wait,
Yeah,
hold up.
What the hell?
What?
The Rhinelander Hodags?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I skipped right past the
Yeah.
Hodags.
Yeah, skip the Hodags.
That's
That is a
real. That
cryptid,
might be the
right?
best one because the Hodag
What
is like a
hodag?
mythical
Can you guys
creature.
tell me what is a hodag?
It's a Wisconsin cryptid.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the Hodags and the Beast of Bray Road.
Golden Raiders, Greyhounds. Shit, that's fun. Dragons. That's unique. Anyway.
A lot of Spartans on that last page.
Yeah.
There were 3 of them I saw,
Yeah.
and I was barely looking.
We're almost done here. Castle Guards.
Log rollers.
Log rollers is good. Goslings, that's boring. Come on.
Yeah.
That's a baby animal. You want to be a baby animal. You want to be something badass. Like a whippet. The whitewater whippets.
Like a little
What is-
little dog.
Why does Waukesha South have the black shirts? That sounds like it's. It sounds
like
like
the
it's
brown
wrong.
shirts.
Waukesha South black shirts.
Yeah. Feels
That's
wrong.
it. We don't have
somewhere.
anything else exciting. We just have a lot of boring. Actually, when I complained about my high school having the Redbirds, I didn't see a lot of Redbirds, so I guess it wasn't as bad as something like Eagles or Vikings. Or
Or the Lumberjacks
or the
who
Cardinals.
had
Redbirds right in a row
Lumberjills.
there.
Yeah.
Darlington and Pierre.
De Pere. That's true. There's 2 in
Yeah.
a row there, but outside of that, not a lot. Anyway,
Yeah, but. It appears
Is
by
that just
Green
a
Bay.
name for people that don't know what a cardinal is?
oh, it's a red bird. What kind
I
of
got
don't you know?
cardinals in my backyard again. I don't know if I bitched about this, but I had cardinals when I moved in 2020, and then I got Blue Jays, and the Blue Jays fucking chased them off.
I fucking
and
love
have
Blue
been-
Jays. They're such assholes.
Yeah, they really
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
I've been harassing the Blue Jays every time I see one. I've been throwing pebbles at them
They're so
for
funny
years now.
because they're
'cause I
complete
fucking hate Blue
dickwads.
Jays. They are asshole birds.
You need to talk about
I-
Blue Jays because I chugged this because I did a bunch of gardening work, so I was thirsty. So
He's got to piss.
I need to get another drink if we're gonna go.
Oh, okay.
So you keep ranting about your backyard.
Yeah.
All right, my backyard. All right, so a couple things about my backyard. Few things I've been doing in my backyard. First thing, I've been throwing pebbles at Blue Jays, and to finish that statement, I have seen Cardinals in my backyard this year, so I am
Nice.
pumped about that. I got Cardinals again. Other thing, I made an above. No, it's not. It's not above ground. That's for pools. A raised bed garden.
Oh, nice.
I got a whole bunch of what's it called from Menards? The construction lumber.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you what, if you go and buy wood, it's weird how cheap wood is, right? Like, I bought what is it like? 1, 2, 4, 8, 6. I bought 6 2x6s, and like, I don't know, it was like $10 or something. No, I did buy the shittiest ones Menards had, but wood is not expensive. So I purchased wood and I made that into a raised bed garden. So that's gonna be where I grow my stuff this year. I do, however, now that I've got it done with wood, though, I'm gonna put some cinder blocks around it, so that I can
garden,
because the wood will definitely fuck up because I did buy the cheapest wood, so
Yeah.
that's gonna fuck up. Also, my mom house sitting for me when I go to Wisconsin later in the month, and she's like, I'm buying you a birthday present. Now, if y'all know me, my birthday is in June, the last day of June, not right now. So I said, what birthday present is necessary for you to buy for me in the beginning of April, mother? And she said, patio furniture. I'm gonna buy you some new patio chairs.
Oh, that's
And
kick-ass.
that's my
and the
favorite
reason why is
Irish
that
man.
it's because she wants to hang out on my patio when she house sits for me.
Patio furniture.
And I got some. We went all around the place on Easter, all around Springfield looking for patio furniture. Ended up getting it from Menards, even though that is the closest place, and that would be my lazy choice, is just to go to Menards and buy whatever they had. We sat in chairs everywhere. We got some Menards chairs. They were, I don't remember, a few $100, but they were the kinds that have like the circle base and they swivel so that you can leave them at the patio table, and like to get up, you don't have to scoot the chair back. You just spin like you're in a computer chair. Fucking cool. Love that shit. And it's mesh. It's got mesh instead of the like vinyl straps and cushions.
So it's like gamer chair.
Sorta, yeah. I guess so. It's gamer chair, but for people who touch grass. That's what it is.
Very nice.
So that's pretty cool. Is that it for my backyard? I think so. Yeah, I think that's it for my backyard.
You could do like John Bringus did in one of his YouTube videos, where he was figuring out how you could cool your computer without a fan, and he just hooked a leaf blower up to it and just direct over the CPU.
I mean,
a
it's
leaf blower. So
effective.
getting that much air was enough to help, rather than having to heat sink. Like, yeah. So, but that you had to be outside for that. So you could utilize your patio gaming furniture if you wanted to game outside.
Hey, there you go. That's awesome.
I love Brinkus' videos.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Just installing Half-Life 2 on an like ECG monitor.
Yep.
Can this run Linux? Yes. Then it can run Half-Life.
Yep.
That's good.
Yes.
Yeah. So, my backyard is good. I haven't mowed yet. I'm gonna have to, but it was raining this weekend, so I'm just letting the dandelions take over. I've got a neighbor who is like, I hate dandelions. I pull them all the time. I'm like, bitch, go look at my backyard. My backyard is like 90% dandelions.
You're the patient zero of the neighborhood. Then you're the person in the neighborhood that all the dandelions like grow, and then all the things fly out
here's
from.
the thing. Here's the thing. I have a fence around my backyard that has like a hardware mesh along the bottom, so that like that's how my cats don't get out of the backyard when I let them in the backyard. And that means that when I have one dandelion, the seeds just laying in my yard. They don't fly anywhere else but my yard, which means that one dandelion means I'm gonna have 6 million dandelions next week. So I don't bother picking the dandelions.
I don't either, because they don't last very long, and the bees like them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also have pesticide treatments on my lawn, so I don't get dandelions very often. I need to stop because it costs too much. My yard looks great though. There's no weeds in it now.
My yard doesn't look great, but like I've been doing enough landscaping that I'm like, shit, I'm gonna get to the point where I've done so much landscaping that it's no longer feasible for me to just let my yards do awful garbage, because it's gonna look like I've put so much work into my backyard and then just like have it mowed.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be annoying.
Yeah.
Have you considered getting a goat?
I could get a goat.
Yeah. Or have you considered just eating grass yourself?
You
John,
can make tea out of dandelions.
course I eat grass. What are you fucking talking about? Have you considered eating grass
So-
yourself? I'm 420 friendly.
So speaking of backyards, that's why I was at Farm and Fleet earlier today, because I was like,
Yes.
To eat
you
grass.
know what? I'm gonna do some garden stuff because I don't know. I just like, so we have this back patio, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy. So I was at Farm and Fleet. I was waiting for a friend before my Pathfinder game. He was like running late, and there's a Farm and Fleet near the Arby's and like all the fast food places in that area of town. And so I went in there and I was killing time. Of course, I bought some baseball cards there, but you know, don't worry about that. A little cheeky pack grip in the car while I was waiting for him. You know,
Yeah,
bought a
just
couple.
got to get that quick hit.
Yep, bought a couple packs of cards, and then I also bought like a, what is it, like a table, like a $50 plastic like raised garden table thing that's just like a trough. So that's
Yeah.
fun. I bought some potting soil, some container bed soil, and then and then I had and when I was at Costco, I got these two huge, like, circular, like, plastic, nice, like, hard plastic planters that are decorative. So I planted wildflower seeds that I got at Packet at whatchamacallit, the Farm and Fleet, and then I've started just today in my little seed starter that I bought at Farm and Fleet. We got hot peppers, which I think are jalapeno. I can't remember. They're hot peppers, bell peppers, broccoli for some reason, and now I'm regretting the broccoli because I watched a video on growing broccoli after I planted them. And did you know that broccoli is enormous?
Yep.
It's like a huge fucking plant. And I just
because
planted
they're all
6
based
broccoli
off- They're all
seedlings.
just bastardized mustard plants. Is
Yeah.
all they are.
So, so to prepare for that, I went on Amazon.com and ordered the fabric raised garden, like just the fabric bags that you can just plant stuff in. So I'm gonna put some of those in the backyard. But I got bell peppers, obvs. I did cherry tomatoes.
Yum.
Which will be easy. The container-friendly cherry tomatoes. And then I think when I'm going tomorrow, again, probably going to buy more cards. I mean, who's just the way it is, going in there. I'm going to buy some more stuff, I think. I'm going to try some beans. They have a container sale, like a pots and whatever sale right now, 20% off. So I'll probably buy another like big one to just put
You'll
in the
need
backyard.
trellis for beans.
Yes. So, well, actually, no. I was going to buy bush beans. So those
Thinking about those beans.
yeah, exactly. So I'm just gonna get some beans that don't need a trellis. I'll probably want a trellis anyway for the peppers, and I might try and do peas in a container.
I will tell you, here's a hack. As someone who grows peppers every year, don't plant your bell peppers and hot peppers right next to each other. The reason why is because they will get a little bit of cross pollination action going between each other,
Ooh.
and it will make the bell peppers hotter. Not really that hot. They don't get like that hot. But the problem is that it does make your jalapenos or whatever less spicy, and it kind of mutes both of the uniqueness of both of the peppers. So if you're growing different types of peppers, have them in like different corners of your garden, or if you've got like your container, like
Thank you for that, because actually that's a good point. So I will move my. I think the raised bed thing is going to probably be the cherry tomatoes and the bell peppers, or sorry, the hot peppers, and then I'll put bell pepper plants in separate pots just out there. Because
I have a little bit of advice here too.
Yeah.
Cucumbers grow really well in our environment if you like cukes.
I do like
and
cukes.
They'll grow ridiculously huge.
Yeah.
if you
So
let 'em.
I'll probably buy a container cucumber variety, which they're a little bit smaller, but yeah, I could probably do cukes too. Anyway, I wanted to do gardening, and this is the easiest way because I can just put the containers on the back porch where we get a bunch of morning sun, and then a bunch of wildflowers.
I grew tomatoes out of 5-gallon buckets. I just bought a whole bunch of 5-gallon buckets from Menards and grew tomatoes in those. I stopped this year because I was like, I want to do a actual in-ground garden. The main reason for which being is that sometimes in Tornado Alley where I live, it'll just get so fucking windy that it will blow the buckets over. And the plants are usually fine, but like a bunch of like not yet ripe tomatoes will fall off and get squished and bruised and whatever. So I was like, well, I could either like get some like grommets and put them on the around it that I could put a stake in. And I'm like, at that point, I should just make a fucking actual raised bed garden. So that's what I've been doing. I've spent a whole bunch of money on dirt. That's the main thing I've spent money on is dirt. And
I've already spent like $30 on dirt.
And it's important to do that because if you just get dirt from your yard,
it's not
which
gonna work.
I had considered doing because I'm bad. I've got crimes in me.
So you can. You just have to.
Here's the problem with doing it, especially where I live.
Yeah.
The first problem anywhere is it's filled with seeds. It's just filled with grass seeds and dandelion seeds and all sorts of other fucking seeds. All your dirt is. It doesn't matter how much you till it and dig up a bottom layer. There's seeds down there too. They just haven't yet turned into a problem for you. When they will, whenever you build a garden.
Yeah.
And then you don't want your alfalfa fescue horse shit drinking up all your yummy dirt that you got for your tomatoes and your bell peppers. So don't do that. Second thing is all the dirt has the yummy stuff in it anyway. And if you were to use your regular dirt and then go to the store and buy your peat and vermiculite and whatever horse shit, you would be spending the same amount of money. You don't really save that much. No. It's good for like reinvigorating your dirt you already have. But if you just use your backyard dirt, you need like double what you need to like reinvigorate your garden dirt. And at that point you're spending garden dirt prices.
Yeah.
So I just went and bought a bunch of dirt. But the thing is I hauled like, oh gosh, probably like 30 bags of dirt back from Menards with that project. And best thing about it though,
you could order dirt and they could bring it to your house.
But that costs money.
Yeah, that's true.
But here's what I did. They were having a sale over now.
Oh shit!
Sorry to Menards.
This is why I'm going ham at Farm and Fleet right now. They have all of their like dirt and shit is on sale through Sunday, so it's like I'm buying it.
2 cubic foot bag of dirt for like $4.50 on sale, and I got almost the entire pallet. I feel like of that dirt at Menards, and it's not on sale anymore, so it's already over. So I'm like, good thing I bought that because now it's like $6 or whatever instead of $4.50 or whatever. But that adds up a little bit.
Yeah,
I guess.
it does.
It's not actually that expensive.
No, but I mean, it's $30 instead of $50. For what I mean.
Yeah. So
you can buy some stuff with that. Buy cards with that.
Peppers,
to be honest.
For peppers, also, it's always smart to look up like what kind of nutrients your guys need. And then see if like Miracle Grow has little pellets or whatever for it, or whatever brand. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be name brand. It's the same. It's fucking chemicals. It doesn't matter. But I have found, and I don't remember how I figured this out, but I was looking up like what the various products are. There's the little Miracle Grow like tubes that you just push down into like indoor plants. Those are very good for jalapenos. I got so many jalapenos last year, and all I did was for feeding them is for every jalapeno plant. I just took 3 of those little stakey doodads, and I put 3 of them down right in the roots whenever I planted them, so the roots grew all around them. And boy, did they love those indoor plant little.
That's good. I got a lot of those spikes. Yeah, so
they liked those a lot. You can also get them for trees if you've got like. If you've got like a fruit tree, I've got 2 plum trees in my backyard. I've never eaten one plum because they don't have all the goods they need, and no one took care of those trees in the past 30 years they've been there, so they just don't really give me fruit. But I've thought about like maybe in a few years, if I keep trimming and keep like making it less fucked up of a shape of dead tree, and it gets real nice and flowering, I'll get me some of those like big ass stakes you pound into the ground. That's full of fruit tree juice.
Yeah, I have those.
And maybe I can get some. Maybe I can get some plums off of it. But I haven't tried that yet.
So I'm looking forward to the summer being a little bit more garden-y, but just in the back porch, because why not? Something low impact. And I also just bought a bunch of wildflower packets to put in those containers, just so we have some some nice about the like fragrant wildflowers. So something that smells nice, looks nice, lasts all
Features
year.
some marigolds
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I mean,
Those
those are just kind of whatever in those pots.
Marigolds are good for pests. You get bugs and shit like to eat your little flowers. So marigolds will make them go, nah, maybe not.
All right, so that's the garden news. That's the soda news. Matt, what's your news?
I started playing Resident Evil Village, and it's very
yeah.
fun.
So Resident Evil 9 came out. So Matt was like, time for 8.
Well, no, so I've been slowly working through all of the games that I
Yeah.
recognize as existing since
So
I
all
don't
of the
know, maybe a
Resident
little-
Evils.
just no 5, no 6.
Fair enough.
I have no strong opinions about the Code Veronica stuff because I really don't know anything about them. So
I
they might
absolutely
be fine.
loved 5, but 5 was this is a fun co-op game.
Yeah, I'll play
I look
5
forward
with you co-op,
to-
Matt.
It's
well,
fun
I'm
to play
hoping
co-op.
that if they one day remaster 5, they make like a bunch of improvements to it, and it turns out to be a good
I
game.
have a
but we'll see.
feeling that they are not culturally aware enough to pull off the feat that would be necessary to make Resident Evil 5
My favorite is
problematic
when
in
you go into that
2003.
village and shoot all the African villagers.
You
Well,
mean the
I mean,
entire game?
in
It's not the
4,
entire
it's
game.
Spanish
It's like half the
people,
game.
and 9, it's Romanians. So
Yeah.
like,
Well, I'll
I
tell
don't
you
know.
what's fun. Not 9, 8. But what's funny about 4 is
Oh yeah, 8.
What's funny about 4 is they got Mexican voice actors to do the Spanish. So it's not really anywhere. And also all the houses are made out of wood, and everyone in Spain is like, you can't build houses like that in Spain. They'll just fucking get washed away from everything here is masonry. So
That's
like
funny.
it's nowhere. It's obviously like kind of racist Spain, but it's nowhere. Nowhere actually matches what that place looks like in Resident Evil 4.
Spain-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
It sort of matches when you get to the castle, but until then, it does not look like anything.
so I enjoyed 7 a lot more than I thought it would because I kind of
7 fucking
Like-
rules.
I
I've
knew
never
about
played
the
that,
original house that you're in, and I didn't realize that there were like a lot of different settings after that. So it gets a lot more Resident Evil-y after that little intro bit.
I think that 7 is the most. It is the best reboot probably that's ever been done for any franchise. I think is the way I put
Yeah.
it, because the thing about the first one, and you have fucking tipped me over into one of my autism hyperfixation.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So
Here we go.
welcome to the rest of the podcast.
Yeah.
The first one is a very much like the guy who made it didn't like scary stuff, and so leaned into the type of B movie shit that he found horrifying, even though people who watch B movies don't watch it because it's scary, they watch it because it's funny.
Yeah.
And so it was very, very earnest in the way that a good B horror movie is earnest, where it's like it's not like a fucking weed horror movie. I hate the weed horror movies. But it's like the people in the horror movie are acting horrified, but the people viewing it are like, this is very dumb, and I love it. And that's like the good first one. And so like you have all the other games, they all went their directions from there, but 7 does such a good job because it's like, all right, let's take the reason that the first one got made and like apply that to horror genres and how they've developed since the 90s. So you've got your hillbilly horror. Now, of course, that's very Texas Chainsaw, but I feel like
Yep.
in the 2000s there was a whole bunch of shit like The Hills Have Eyes and
House
you
of a
know,
Thousand
etc.
Corpses.
that like influenced how we think of hillbilly horror now. And so like that's a big part of like the main area like he was talking about. But it's also got like not the Vavitch, because I don't think that was out at the time, and maybe it was, but like, and also like that's more like colonial era horror, but like the I feel like I just can't think of the names of the horror movies, but like I feel like there's been some like Louisiana bog woman witch kind of movies that they leaned into. Obviously there's one area that's very Saw inspired which wasn't even a thing when the first game came out, and maybe Cube might have come out. That's even like sort of Saw related, but like there was just different things that had come out since the 90s, and they were like, what if we applied that to making a new game? And that's what 7 is. And they also made it play better than every other Resident Evil that had come before it.
It was their first foray into a true first person. I mean, I'm not counting like Mercenaries, I'm not counting Revelations, but I don't know if Revelations was first person, but
no, it wasn't. I think you might be thinking of Umbrella Chronicles and Dark Side Chronicles, maybe, which were real shooters.
But going into the first person and leaning into what you can get in a horror setting in the first person, and not being an over the shoulder third person, not being a fixed camera third person, kind of makes the game, it's environmental. The whole game is all about the environment.
And they really like perfected that in 9 now, where, spoiler, like Leon's half of it and Grace is half of it. So in the Grace sections, it's first person, it's scary. In the Leon sections, it's blasty third person. You can really feel that back and forth.
It's very funny that like no other series could get away with this, because since Resi 1, you've been able to play as multiple characters from the beginning. And for the first game, that doesn't change much. Jill has more inventory than Chris does, and there's a couple of scenes
Jill's
that play out
the master of
like
unlocking.
Yeah, Jill has the lockpick. Chris doesn't almost become a Jill sandwich or even a Chris sandwich. She doesn't almost get sandwiched at all. There's a few minor changes in the
Chris
in
doesn't
the game.
know how to play piano.
Correct, but there's not really that much that changes. It's funny that they even bothered making 2 characters with how little changes, because it's not like you're seeing the other character's story. You're playing through like 80% of the same story with a couple of things that go differently for you. But like when 2 came out, that's whenever it was like the second character playthrough is different. And the coolest thing about 2 is that like everything you pick up as Leon, you cannot pick up when you go through as Claire. And vice versa. If you're, if you play as Leon and you got the shit down, where Claire, who has like less, combat capabilities or whatever, maybe you just don't do that horse shit. You're
talking about 9?
Yep.
About 2.
Grace. Oh, okay, because that's the way it is
2.
in 9 now too. If you go through a section with Grace and take everything.
Yeah, and so like, because the series has done that since the beginning, and starting mainly with 2, but like 3 is the same way for the most part. I feel like, who do you play as in 3? I don't remember. 3 is the scariest
3
one
is
for
just
me.
Jill.
Yeah.
You play some Carlos sections, but it's
3 is the scariest.
You don't
one
have
for
an
me
option really,
because of the 3 remake isn't actually that great. It's fine. It's actually good, but like, they did all the amazing additions they did to 2, they did not do for 3. 3 is very much more straightforward and like less expansive on the original than 2 was, because 2 was like this fucking phenomenal remaster. But I still think it's quite good. I think that Resi fans are just butthurt that they didn't really bother near as much with 3 as they did with 2. But like with 3 on PS1, fucking, you never know when Nemesis is going to pop out. He can pop out in like, I think 98% of the areas you can walk into, even ones with like typewriters or whatever, and he can just fucking show up and kill you. And like, it's so scary to be like, 20 frames per second or whatever, trying to get your tank controls character to move around, and just this guy stars just like walking towards, scary as hell. So
it's a
3
slasher.
I didn't play as much because I low-key was terrified of it when I was a kid.
Yeah, straight up a slasher horror.
Is a slasher.
Yeah. And so like in 9, like Matt was saying, you get your 2 main characters. This is basically the perfection of this concept, which is the thing they started with 7, the first person. Well, now that's one of the characters you play, is your first person character, and they really make Grace useless. Like, oh my fucking god, she is so useless. And it is so funny that you play with Leon, who is like full on Resi 4 Leon. He will do whirlwind kicks with a chainsaw in his hand, all sorts of shit.
Yeah, he
It's
gets
incredible.
to hold the chainsaw now, which is great.
Yeah, it is absolutely incredible. And my video gaming, as Matt has been playing 8, I have nearly platinum trophy, got all the achievements and whatever on Resi 9. I've been no-lifing that game quite a lot. I haven't done insanity mode yet because I'm very bad at not getting myself hurt as Grace. I don't really die very often because I've got like where the guys are memorized now. But I know if I play insanity mode, I have the habit of like, especially once I'm not really scared of it anymore after a playthrough or two, just like walking by, I can take this guy's gonna grab me, then I can keep walking afterwards. And I'm pretty sure that will just get me killed over and over again in insanity mode. So I am waiting until I unlock unlimited ammo.
Yeah.
Which requires me to beat the game either without using crafting stuff with Grace, or without using med items as Grace or Leon. And I don't know if I can do that.
One of the funny things about playing them all, like all the old ones I played are the remake versions. So playing them in rapid succession is like seeing the reused assets. Like I'm almost done with Vampire Castle. I just have to do the boss fight. And when I get knocked down into the dungeons, it's like, oh, I remember that like torture apparatus from Resident Evil 4 remake that I just played.
Yeah.
Like it's the exact same thing.
Yeah. So you're getting it's kind of like you're getting it all so quickly, whereas for me it's like when I saw the torture apparatus in Village, that was before 4 remake had even come out. So I saw it and I'm like from the GameCube. Oh my god.
Nice. Yeah, it makes it very clear that like the fact that these games are the 7 and 8 were so successful is the reason why we got the remakes in the first place. And
yeah.
It doesn't like feel lazy or anything that they reuse stuff like that. It just feels smart, and I'm glad that they did it.
Yeah.
So where does Mila Jovovich fit in all of this shit?
Alternate reality.
One of my favorite things
I do
about
love
the Mila
those
Jovovich
movies.
All of them
awesome.
are bad. All of them are bad,
Yes.
but in a way that I did watch all of them, and I will do a rewatch every year or two.
They're fun.
But they are bad. Like,
have you ever seen the
bad
Three
movies.
Musketeers movie?
Yes.
It's the same vibe, but in like Mila Jovovich dives through a like laser trap thing, but it's like super fine diamond filament or some shit like that.
Hell yeah.
It's so good bad.
I think my favorite thing about the Mila Jovovich movies is like they're like, we're gonna adapt a few characters, but we're gonna change them, and like they mostly die. Like I'm pretty sure Chris dies in either the first or second one or whatever, and like I don't know if they ever even introduce a Leon, and like they change people's names, so they're there as like subtle references, but not like real like adaptations. When they adapted Nemesis, didn't change a fucking thing. He is the exact same in the second movie as he is in the games. No difference whatsoever. Right down to the rocket launcher he has.
Yeah, I think in the movie he's like made out of Brad or like whoever the guy was in the first one too, though. So
yeah, that doesn't matter.
I kept but that confused me when I was playing 3. I was like trying to. Isn't there a tragic backstory? No, it's just a monster that they made.
Yeah, basically they were like, Mr. X was so cool in Resi 2 that we just need to do that again and have the whole game be the sections when Mr. X was hanging out at the police station. Yeah, and fuck them for that, because I was so scared as a kid of Resident Evil 3. I was so mad that I couldn't like Resi 4. That game is not scary. That game, I mean, it's just not.
Yeah.
It's tense.
No,
It's
an
not
action
scary.
game.
You're too much of a badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Resi 3, like a Resi 2 I'd beaten, and Resi 3, I just, it was so hard for me to get through it because I was so scared of Nemesis. Now when I play it, I'm like, wow, this game is really short. You can beat this game in like an hour and a half or whatever. But back then it was, Resi 3 did have the big ole in the remake, the big ole, I think maybe in the original, but I don't remember. Definitely in the remake, they had the big ole Burger Boy head bouncing down at you. That was a really cool thing. I can't remember if that was a cutscene or if they just added that in the remake.
I haven't played the remake.
The remake is the last version I played. The Nemesis, I am still scared of PS1 Nemesis too much to play it. I think.
I have the
3
4
remake has one of my favorite Resident Evil moments, which is Jill firing the giant railgun and just making like a flesh tunnel out of that monster. Just
yeah. I will say, if I have one, not to be a big spoiler here, but like I do want everyone who wants to play Requiem to know.
Skip ahead 5 minutes.
One of my favorite things about a Resident Evil is at the end they're like, oh shit, the guy is now so enormous. We have to use the gun you wish you had the entire time to just annihilate him. In the first game, they just throw you a fucking RPG on top of the mansion when you're fighting the tyrant. And the second one, I don't remember how.
If you're Leon, Ada throws you like a rocket launcher or something.
Yeah, I
don't
feel like you
remember
get thrown
how.
a rocket launcher as well in that one.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, maybe, but I know that is with Leon. And in 3. Fucking railgun that just hang like you're in a big warehouse and it's like, what if a railgun just dangled down out of sight, and it's like, all right, you get to now turn this thing into an inverted tube of monster. And 4 is like, you can fight the final boss with guns if you want, but if you got those pesetas, you can buy that RPG from the merchant.
Yeah, and Ada throws you her like cherry red rocket launcher too. In 4.
So like, and then most of them do that. In Resi 5, I don't think that happens exactly, but Albert Wesker turns into a volcano at some point.
He does.
And you do fire rocket launchers from a helicopter, but I think that's a cutscene. I think you have to do the regular fight.
At some point, Chris punches a boulder.
That is
that's like
not
all
just
I
a
know.
boulder. That is a volcano boulder that you're using to like make a bridge to get towards Volcano Wesker. I say he turns into a volcano, and in my mind that is what happened.
No, he's
but every
like a
time I look
lava
up the
monster.
Yeah, and when I look up the cutscene, it turns out he's just immune to lava and like using all of his powers at once. But in my mind, like whenever I don't look up the cutscene, it's that Wesker became a volcano and the volcano got sunglasses on it.
Yeah.
That's how it just lives in my mind.
Tiny evil sunglasses.
Oh,
In any case, at the end of Requiem, there is no, all right, final boss, and now you get a huge ass gun. But to make up for that, Requiem, the thing that is named Requiem in the game, is just a really fucking good revolver that Leon has for some reason.
Yeah.
And it's so good that you could shoot pretty much every like boss in the game in the head a couple times, and they just explode into jelly.
And you have it from the beginning, which is
you just have it. And so like it does kind of make up for it for a bit because you're like managing your ammo for it real carefully. There's not that much of it in the game, and it's super powerful. But there isn't just that moment of like, oh yeah, now this guy is fucked. I got the RPG from the top of the mansion or whatever. Other than that, solid game. They still haven't really missed with the Resi remakes to me and the new Resi games.
Mm-hmm.
I will end up getting Requiem probably pretty quickly after I'm done with 8, and I'm just spending all of my time until then just kind of mentally preparing myself for the spider fight, because I have seen it and I do not like it and I do not look forward to it.
I will tell you that it is a mini boss more than a boss. If that makes you feel better.
It's just a very upsetting thing to go through.
Yeah, I can see that. But it is very much one of the first enemies you fight in this area is that guy, and then so it's just introducing you to a different enemy type. And it's not like the boss of an area that is like real hard. But it is sad if you don't like spiders that there's no, like World of Warcraft had a crab mode for when it had a spider raid where you could turn them all into crabs. Which doesn't help
even
you
if it
repel
had that,
crabs.
for Resident Evil, I suffer through it because that's kind of the point of it for me.
Yeah. But do you know, Matt, why it's called Requiem? Do you know why they chose that name for the game?
Because it's the end of the RE engine. The Reach for
no,
the Moon engine.
it's because a lowercase q looks a little bit like a 9, so it's RE9 Weem.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
So for the same reason-
Reninium.
For the same reason that they did
Reninium.
Resident Evil Village and like the VILL or whatever made a 8. The Requiem is Reninium.
I will throw this
Good.
out there just to add to the dumbness to this is that in addition to the lowercase q looking like a 9, the letter Q when pronounced in English in Japanese sounds like one of the ways you could say the number 9. Q is 9.
Number 9?
Yeah, and that is kind of a spoiler to another game I've played. I'm not going to reference it.
Number 9? Number 9?
Yeah, the
Okay.
Yoko Ono game.
We need to talk. We need TJ. Do you have
Yeah.
anything you need to bring up before I have
Yeah,
the amazing segue?
I do. Fuck. You have an amazing segue. and we
I do
wanna
have an
kinda do
amazing
that.
segue, but you do your thing, and then we'll
Okay.
go back and
Yeah,
we'll
fine.
remember my amazing
Real-
segue.
Really quick before we leave Resident Evil talk, Matt, did you play 7 in VR?
No.
7
I-
is fully playable in VR. Start
Yeah,
to
it was
finish.
originally on
I
PlayStation
forgot about
VR.
that.
Yep. Yeah.
I haven't touched my VR headset in many years.
Okay. Just want to throw that out there
Like
because
my
it is an
husband.
option for that game.
Hasn't touched me in many years. Okay, go ahead.
So
Too busy
I've-
buying Pokemon cards.
I've got a quick show and tell that's going to relate to my small topic, and then we'll move on.
Let me show them
you're not-
to you.
So, yeah. So first of all,
We can't hear TJ, but it's fine.
First of
He
all,
did-
There you go.
He's got the tights on.
I'm showing my
Lululemons.
legs because I just picked up some compression pants.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
Oh yeah.
3/4 length compression shorts, but I got them extra large, so they go down to just above the ankle,
Yeah.
and they feel so fucking nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did I get compression pants? It has nothing to do with any medical shit. I just picked up some compression pants because
You like your balls being cupped tightly.
I do.
Who doesn't?
I really do. But they're also cooling and moisture
Yeah.
wicking and all that fun stuff. But no, I was racking my brain what I want to, because I wanted to cosplay for the convention.
Oh boy.
At least for Saturday. At least for Saturday.
Oh god.
And I had like about 9 different ideas that I all loved and hated at the same time. And I got lazy. And lazy me is like, fuck. Oh, there's a character whose name is my last name. Why don't I just dress up as May from Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire?
I see.
And just kind of go dude with it. So it's more inspired by the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire design, but I've got a compression shirt coming in about 3/4 length, black undershirt. I've got kind of a red athletic polo with some black black trim on it. I've got white cargo shorts that's going to go over the compression pants, and I got a yellow a fanny pack
I see.
that's going to go with the whole thing. Also picking up a headpiece, but
Damn it, I had safe search turned off whenever I looked up this fucking
why?
character.
Why would you do that? I don't have safe search turned off.
I don't
And I'm a
know.
perv.
Sometimes I'm just looking for some fucked up shit.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be cool. Whatever, I'm just going to do that. At
I'll
least for
just say that
Saturday.
the r/resin printing community likes this character.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Oh no.
They like a lot of characters.
Yeah. Fuck. John, you had a segue.
Yeah, I had a segue. I'll talk about my Nintendo DS jailbreaking in a different episode because
Honestly-
DSi jailbreaking, but
Honestly, John, we could have just you and me a whole episode just about that. Hour 10 minutes.
because I didn't realize how easy it was to jailbreak a
Oh,
DSi.
so easy. So fucking
You just need an SD card and you're done.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Yep.
so Resident Evil. That came out in March 1996.
Yes, it did.
You know what else came out in March 1996?
We're all very proud of you, John.
An issue of the Nintendo Power magazine.
Well, the 82nd issue specifically.
Yes. So that is exactly, 30 years and a month ago because we didn't record. Give me a second. I'm gonna share my screen. But we have, so this is again, season 3 of Born in the 80s has begun.
Yeah.
A new intro song will be forthcoming. Maybe not before this episode is out. But
well, that depends on how slowly you edit it.
Exactly. So I can do it forever. Anyway, so we have Nintendo.
Whenever I go to Wisconsin, me and Matt are gonna have a jam session and create a whole synthwave album.
All right.
And on that will be the season 3.
So we have the Nintendo Power issue from March 1996, so 30 years ago, volume 82. This is basically the what do you call it? Origins. I'm moving my window so I have a different screen. You can still see it, right?
Yep.
Okay, the listeners, you can find this. I would suggest the best place to find it is not the link that Matt sent because that's got a lot of ads. But if you go to retromags.com and you just go and find this, you can download a really high-res PDF. Yeah, the archive.org one looks like dog shit compared to this one.
It's very tiny and it doesn't
if you're going to get the
scale
archive.org one, always download the original file because the web viewer will always show you a much lower res version. I've learned because I've downloaded tons and tons and tons of old mags off
it's a bit sketch. So for those who are listening along, you can flip through this while you listen if you would like, or we'll describe it. So
all 117 pages.
No, we're going to go through some of them very quickly because I don't think
I did not remember these being that.
What do you have to say about Cutthroat Island, for God's sake?
I will have something to say about Cutthroat Island, but not very much. All right, so cover of this one is the preview for Super Mario RPG, which is coming out. When did that come out? I think we'll get to it in the next issue we talk about because that one it's released. So I think it must have come out in March or April of 1996. But the big thing about this is like right past CES. So this is pre-E3 era, and they had announced the Nintendo 64. So it was like what was the original code name for it?
Nintendo Ultra 64.
It's the Ultra 64.
Yeah, it was the Ultra 64. So then they went with the Nintendo 64. So we're first starting to get some information about that in this.
So
and then
the E3, by the way, the first good E3 was 96. There was one in 95, but like most of the presenters at the 95 one went defunct by this. That was the one where 3DO and Atari Jaguar and everything like that was there.
I shouldn't say E3 didn't exist, but I should say that CES had a lot more presentation.
Yes, it wasn't until 97 that E3 really started
basically
to become
became
E3.
all video games, and CES became less video game focused. So anyway, Nintendo Power is honestly one of the best video game magazines ever. It has some problems, which we'll get into in this, but it does have just incredible art, incredible access, because, I mean, Nintendo of America did it. But it also...
That's one of its problems, too, is that it's so fucking Nintendo pilled.
Yes. Okay, so you're playing with Power. Okay, so the 90s. Remember the 90s? Remember the ads in the 90s?
Yes.
Yeah.
Weird, gross ads. So this first page 2 is just a jar of toenail clippings.
It's obviously not toenail clippings.
It's an ad for the magazine because you get a player's guide.
Yeah.
Anyway, $18 a year. Jesus, what a deal. So we got some awesome art of Super Mario.
Magazines. I wish they still made magazines.
They do. You can get Linux magazines, but they make like one a year. You can buy it at like Barnes and Nobles.
Magazines aren't like
they aren't what they were.
They technically exist now, but they don't really exist. And the way that network television exists, but like, does it?
Yeah, not the same way. All right. So in this issue, page 5 here, we have the contents. Okay, some of the games in this. This is problem 1 with Nintendo Power. And maybe we'll go through other video game magazines. Maybe we can try a PlayStation magazine or EGM from the era. But
CBG's
College Slam, whatever. That's the college Super Nintendo game.
Mm-hmm.
College basketball. Then a game called Frantic Flea, which I did not know existed until this moment.
I was going to ask if any of you actually remember that game existed.
And then Cutthroat Island, which is a game tied to a movie that came out starring Gina Davis, and I can't remember the guy that's in it. That's like a pirate adventure movie from like 1996. Again, just a movie tie-in game. And then we have a bunch of the 3D Tetris, which goes into Virtual Boy, which came out around this time, right? It was 96, right? Somewhere around there? Anyway.
Sounds right.
Anyway.
I mean, the span of time that we were actually talking about Virtual Boy, that was so small that, like, it had to come out around this time.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was, like, kind of post Super Nintendo dominance, pre-N64 kind of blowing up, so they needed something, Gunpei Yokoi, who is the Game Boy inventor, creator, extraordinaire.
He was the Game Boy. He's the Game Boy.
The VR Nintendo the Virtual Boy was one of his misses.
And then he died pretty soon afterwards.
Yes. But anyway, so
not of the Virtual Boy. I think he got hit by a car, but
yes, no, the Virtual Boy actually burned his eyes out, which is what happened to most people who played the Virtual Boy.
So they hit his body with a car as like a cover up.
Exactly.
Well, it was only one of his misses if you assume his goal wasn't to blind as many children as possible.
So I do kind of want to go through this, and so we'll probably have another episode of this in June, where we talk about the May and June episode or issues. So we'll look forward to that as part of season 3. We're doing some specialized episodes. Of course, we talked way too much at the start of this one, but the second hour, of course, will be about or focused on specific topics that will be known of ahead of time, so people can look into them. NHL 96 and the Smurfs, 2 games I never touched. The special features I love. Memory unlocked of Digipen. Does Digipen still exist as a
I doubt it,
because that was a video game school that was like the cool one, and then there was the crappy like turn up the graphics on level 3 like Florida school that existed. I forget the name of that one. Somebody look those up. What I absolutely love about this era is that people are starting to talk about like online chat and emails.
Yeah, I
want to
talk about X-Band. This is the thing I didn't remember.
Yeah, Yoshi's Island, of course, they do like a tips, and then the Nintendo Power Awards, which will be fun to read through, and then they have the Epic Center, which I didn't. So I think I subscribed to the Nintendo Power kind of right around getting an N64, so this is a little bit before I was reading it. But so they have the Epic Center, which I don't remember what it's just a bunch. It's like previews and like tips and tricks basically, and then of course they have all their sections there in every episode. Or every issue. Let's move on. So I'm going to read some players' pulse in character voices. So I have selected a letter from each issue to read, and the very first one. There's a couple. Go ahead.
First of all, I'm going to throw this out there. I've always loved the envelope art
yes.
that people would send.
So that was a thing that Nintendo Power did forever was send in your letter with like homemade art. Maybe we'll get to the Chris Chan letter that was put in one of these Nintendo Powers published, but it's not yet. Probably not until the late 2000s or the mid 2000s. Let's read from Ryan Crook, Brampton, Ontario. Out of this world. My initial thought when I read volume 79 was hot dang. So just some feedback here. Through context clues of reading this year 96 they changed the format of the magazine significantly, so everyone's freaking out about it in the chat, which I love. reader letters, because you can see how people are like complaining about sections of it and stuff and that. Anyway.
Yep.
I like that you referred to the letters as the chat.
I mean, it is basically.
It is. Yeah.
Yes. Of course, the first thing I checked out was the first look at the NU64 controller. Sweet glory of heaven. The controller is so standard breaking, so tremendously beautiful. It just brings tears to my eyes. Excuse me while I get a tissue. Okay, I'm back. Did I fucking write this? Anyway, it sounds like my Zanga blog.
This is so koozie. This is so koozie.
It's koozie coded.
Koozie coded.
Besides
one of the things.
Go ahead.
I'm a consultant for a podcast that mainly goes through a comic magazine, games magazine from the 90s. So I am extremely familiar with all this horse shit. And one of my favorite things is that in order to get published, a lot of people will go the full bootlicker mode in order to get. And this is one of those. This is one of those, like, if 100%. I just stroke them so fucking hard, they'll have to publish me because I'm just such a big, like, fucking glazer of Nintendo power.
Yep.
Okay.
Now I'm playing with power.
Besides the controller, the unit itself is pure immaculacy, which is is that a Canadian word? Immaculacy?
Maybe.
The designers had the serious gamer in mind when they thought of this. 4 controller ports, no more adapters. That's like legitimately was awesome.
Yeah. It was.
Oh, but we all know
that was a good thing they did.
That Nintendo's employees never thought this up. Only, and I mean only, superior beings from parallel dimensions could have the ultimate intelligence to create a marvel like this. All hail! The gift from the gaming dimension has arrived. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure your designers are the best in the world, but please be honest. A system like this with its stellar appearance and dynamic insides is a sure sign that there really is intelligent life out there.
Yeah, this is so 11th grade Jon coded.
Oh, it's amazing. We have Nick Teixeira from San Jose saying that Nintendo Power taught him how to read, apparently, which is cool. I do like Dan Hagedis. I really like your new letters section. I'm not sure how many people write you on email, but please consider those letters just as much as you do the ones via snail mail. Of course, we have our first internet online.
Electronic mail.
I did like this though. The winner of the Activision's Pitfall Mine adventure fucking photos of this 90s ass kid.
Yeah.
I think Lauren is playing music on my Google speakers because they literally just started blasting music in another room.
Hell yeah.
This is the problem with home automation, is that it allows you to troll your other home mates.
Yep.
What the fuck song is this? I think this is like a Jesus song. I don't. What happened here? How do I?
Google, play Despacito.
Hey Google, turn off bedroom speaker.
Sorry, I don't recognise that device.
Oh, thanks, Google. Google does not recognize that device. Praise the Lord. Pass the aim. Okay. What, guys? My house is being hacked by Jesus. Why is my speaker playing this song?
That is the name of the podcast. This house is being hacked by
what
Jesus.
the fuck? And then, sorry, just give me a second. Okay, it's still playing, but I've turned the volume all the way down. I don't know how to get to stop playing. Oh, here we go. Pause. Stop casting. Did my neighbor accidentally cast? They'd have to be on my Wi-Fi, I think. Anyway, all right. So that's it. I did like Halston Redwine. Incredible name. I hope it's his real name. I've got a little ways back. My mother was hypnotized by Earthbound. Now that's a cool mom. And now she reads Nintendo Power and is obsessed with Super Nintendo, which is great. Exciting mail from Mystic Mauler via the X-Band video game network. Anyone know what that is?
I have no clue.
Is
I
that what
read
you-
about it later in the
Oh
magazine.
yeah. Sorry, yes, that's the Ken Griffey. Anyway, this guy's talking fucking jazzing up Epic Ecstasy about how he's awesome and how cheap it is. I love the charts, so we can
I've always loved
see
the power charts,
like
yeah.
what the top games were. So
Yeah.
we had Diddy's Kong Quest #1, Killer Instinct
Diddy's
2.
Come tribute.
Is this by sales or is this by just interest?
Honestly,
don't
it's
understand
voting.
this.
It says readers voting
Okay.
in the player
Yeah,
poll.
I wasn't sure if the voting was just for the most wanted.
So for a lot of these mags, I don't know about I don't
mean,
know about
Nintendo would have the
Nintendo
sales
but a lot
data.
of them are retailer sales that are collected. I know that a lot of magazines will have Gallup, the people who did polls for such a long time. They would collect sales on software and computer games, and they would just get that data from Gallup.
I think
and
you're
put it in the
correct,
magazine.
Matt. It's the
Yeah,
most
I was
wanted
really
list.
confused on this page too.
Yeah, I think these are sales. But anyway, we got some cool stuff. What is it? Link to the Past, 50 fucking months on the top 20 chart.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a game of a game. Earthbound
It is.
on there for 9 months.
It's funny that
creeping
as
up.
I read all of the main games that have been on there forever, it's like, yeah, these are the main like dozen games that define the Super Nintendo. You got like Super Metroid, you got Final Fantasy 2, which is Final Fantasy 4, and you got Super Mario Kart, and then of course you have Ken Griffey Jr. presents MLB,
Yeah,
which is a game
23
that you will
months.
find at every used game shop
Yeah.
ever.
But it wasn't a bad game.
No. I mean, it was just like that was like the game everyone played. Like
Yeah.
all right. Link's Awakening topping the Game Boy. Dr. Mario, 39 months on the chart. Although last month not on the chart. Don't know why. 39
Well, I
months
had a
on chart. I guess they're not consecutive months. I guess.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be consecutive months.
Metroid 2: Return of Samus. So I own. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I own all of these games except for Dreamland 2, Mortal Kombat, and Killer Instinct. So
I've got Killer Instinct.
I don't have it for
one thing
whoops.
about the Game Boy
Mhm.
is your months there.
Okay, so Virtual Boy released holiday 95. Looking at this, 5 months on the chart.
Yeah.
For the Game Boy top 10,
Mm-hmm.
you got your main ones. When I think of the Game Boy, the best games of the Game Boy, the first one that comes to mind is Super Mario Land 2, which is so much better than the first Super Mario Land. It's not even funny.
Incredible game. One of my favorite
and-
games of all time.
Yeah, Super Mario Land 2 fucking rules. And then Metroid 2. Metroid
Mhm.
2 rules.
Yeah.
It is why they did another Metroid 2 remake, AM2R. That's why they did that. And then Nintendo shut them down because they were releasing a 3DS version of that, but they did it after the Switch came out, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like, why didn't you just wait and put this on Switch? And so that's one of those games that's locked on a console that was like kind of superseded already by the time it came out.
Yeah,
One thing
and then
that's,
Virtual Boy, nobody played any of those games, so
Yep.
One thing that's sort of related to this loosely is like one of the big announcements later on in the magazine is that Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past carts are going on sale again because they
Yes.
were out of production for a while.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You see
And like
that
maybe
actually a lot.
maybe the physical media boys can correct me, but like I feel like even with like once we moved to discs, that kind of just didn't happen anymore because it's so much easier to manufacture.
Well, I was throwing a fit on the last podcast we recorded, I think, because it took me a long time to get my fucking Resident Evil 9 in the mail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but this is
So,
like
maybe
the
it's
cart
happening
goes
now,
out of
but for a good
production for
30
like
years it
several
didn't.
months. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just
Um,
it was a fun thing that my digital brain just kind of forgot about.
They love somebody really likes Killer's Instinct website. on the World Wide Web,
Yeah.
but they are mad that there's no pictures of Saberwolf and Spinal and Orchid. And I think that's the one he's looking for.
And then they're like, why is it not? Why don't you have a 16 million color JPEG instead of just a 256 color GIF?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking losers.
You mean GIF?
He probably did say GIF because it was 1996.
Yeah.
And like for a long time, until animated GIFs became a thing that like Zoomers cared about, most people I know said GIF because it looks kind of like giraffe if you just glance at it.
GIF-raff.
Yeah, giraffe.
And then there's of course Orchid, I believe, at the bottom. That's why he wants his 60 million color JPEG of Orchid so he can post that
I
on
want
his
to
wall.
jack off at that character with more
I want
colors.
to jack off at this character.
So this is the
college slam basketball that has teeth.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen this like screen printed on T-shirts
Yeah.
for the rest of time.
Yeah.
We're gonna
The basketball that's biting a hoop.
College Slam is just college NBA Jam. That's all it is.
So we're
We're
skipping
gonna go
we're
through
skipping
the
through it
stats
because
of every team.
yeah, basically
It's
just
worse than NBA Jam.
Yeah.
But they do let you do alley oops in it. So
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're gonna zoom through that. We've got Frantic Flea here on page 18.
I don't
When you get
fucking
the itch
remember
for
this game.
hopping actions, Game Tech's Frantic Flea. What the fuck?
Game Tech.
I've
This is the
played
thing.
this.
This is the thing that is insane. One of the problems with Nintendo Power is that they obviously have like marketing deals with these companies that make these
Yeah.
games, and you'll have like 8 pages of Frantic Flea, which nobody gives a
Yeah.
fuck. This 90s font. I know if you're listening, you can't see, but you know what it looks like. Like
It looks like
Yeah.
Rocco's Modern
just
Life.
the Rocco's Modern Life.
If you're
font.
thinking Rocco's Modern Life or Ren and Stimpy, that's the font.
That is the font. So this
It
is
a
just I
classic
love
Supo /
Yeah.
Prickfalusias.
I love the
Yeah.
fucking little
Font.
mini titles here. We've got Drop On In, Hopping Mad, To Flee or Not to Flee. Anyway, it's
Yeah.
just
Those
they're,
are,
they're just
I
having
think,
fun
the,
with this.
the level names
Mhm.
because it's breaking down every single level in the game.
5-1 is the
Yeah.
far right
Yeah.
though.
I mean, looking at the screenshots, if I wanted to play a game like this, I would play Cool Spot.
Yeah.
Cool Spot's better.
Cool Spot had a sequel too, and the sequel is not as popular as the first one, but it's good. I like the second Cool Spot game.
Okay. So
Was it called Cooler Spot?
Yeah. So Cutthroat Island. Let me just grab my. I just
This
want
is a movie tie-in game, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is not a very good movie. It's a 1995 film that I guess they released a. It's Matthew Modine. There it is, and Gina Davis.
Modine.
It's an adventure swashbuckler film. It did not do well. It's like
It's a 16 meg 11 stage side scrolling game.
It's just like
with
your classic like
Realistic
80
sprites.
or like 90s action movie pirate adventure. Just somebody was like, let's do it. Gina Davis, let's put her in something. So it very much looks like this game is trying very hard to be.
Yeah, I didn't realize
what's the
this was
LucasArts game?
Monkey
Monkey's
Island.
Island. Yeah, Monkey Island.
I didn't realize this was based on a movie, so I was like reading through the article. Like,
Mhm.
this is a
Look at-
lot of plot for a side-scrolling action game. Like,
I'm looking at some of the screenshots. This thing also looks like a side-scrolling beat 'em up, almost
Yeah.
like a.
I was gonna say that it
Fatal
looks like a poor man's Disney's Aladdin on the Sega.
That's a really
A
good
little
point.
bit, yeah.
So I guess maybe not in the context of the game itself, like gameplay, but like just that era of like pirate game. People like pirate.
Super Star Wars.
Yar.
Yar.
Like,
Okay,
Yeah.
so we go through a lot of how to play this game that
There's
nobody
a
bought.
minecart level, of course, and then there's
But like
a carriage
this
chase
magazine, though,
level.
I mean, they put their whole ass in this. I mean, the whole background is doubloons. Like,
Yeah.
just that it
Wait.
is so beautifully
Hold-
like made.
Hold up. This is actually 2 games because once you get to page
yeah,
whatever the
It's
front page,
actually also
it
not
goes-
doubloons. It's just different currency coins from around the world.
Sorry, what page
they
is a
go-
different game?
they go over the Game Boy game on page.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and
so
they tell you which Super Game Boy Color palette works best.
That is a thing I really appreciate on this, is where they will mention the Super Game Boy Color palette. Yeah, so palette 3E.
Yeah,
That's what you want.
You'll
Alas, with a
notice subtle
cutlass.
change in graphics.
I
think it's bullshit that there's no Super Game Boy shit on the stuff they put on the Nintendo Online for Game Boy, because I would have.
I
loved
know
to
that's
mess with
dumb.
palettes
I don't like
way.
that at all. Because the only good way to play Pokemon Silver, in my opinion, is with the special Super Game Boy border that you can play it with on the Super Game Boy, and they should let me play with that on my Switch. And so they didn't, so I had to go buy a Super Game Boy and then mod it because the clock is slightly wrong on the Super Game Boy, not the Super Game Boy 2, but that was only released in Japan. But I had to get a modification off the internet so I could mod my damn Super Game Boy so that I could play Pokemon Silver. I have not done it yet, but I did that a long time ago, and it was important to me then, right up until the point when it came to actually playing Pokemon Silver. Okay, I'm done with that tangent.
Yep.
So, yeah, the Cutthroat Island, 40% on Rotten Tomatoes. This movie, they said, cost approximately $100 million to make in 1994 bucks.
That is expensive as hell for 95.
Yeah.
And it grossed 16 million worldwide.
Wow.
Yeah. One of the largest box office bombs of all time. I don't think the movie is particularly bad, but it's just not. Nobody was into it.
They were trying to get in early on the Pirates thing before Pirates of the Caribbean.
All right, so we have the arena where they bring out challenges. I love these. These are like take a picture of your screen.
Yeah, this is formerly like the high score zone from the old Nintendo Powers.
I absolutely love that. There's a Chrono Trigger quiz. If you've ever hung out in Nintendo Source's Power Circuit chat room on AOL, I would.
Whoa, that's real early for AOL.
To go back on. Well, we'll get a letter.
There's
from
a lot of
somebody.
AOL mentions in this.
Yeah.
They very clearly had a partnership of some kind.
So they give the answers.
Well, honestly, it might just be that it was brand new and chat rooms, because like Eternal September, that was what, 94.
So I love these. Just like you could submit your screenshot of like a fucking camera photo of your screen with your time and then mail it, and they would put you in the magazine, which is incredible. Just incredible. This is like precursor to like Speed Demos Archive. Like just awesome stuff. All right, Mario Kart. I didn't realize Super Mario Kart was such a late Super Nintendo game.
Yeah.
So that had just come out at this point.
The Super Nintendo was losing to the Sega Genesis for its early life, partially because the Genesis came out.
I think this might have been one of the ones that was getting re-released.
You're totally correct. You're totally correct, because it says you re-released Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo. This first rate pack will make its return in May. So this is like you can buy it again, but in May, you'll be able to play it compatible with the X-Band network.
Yeah, either version was.
Yes, which is incredible. The first online gaming Mario Kart. X-Band, here you go. Super Mario Kart runs a growing roster of terrific games with the X-Band network service from Catapult. Using a game, a Super Nintendo, and an X-Band modem. You can challenge
so X-Band was a dedicated modem for your Super Nintendo. Dial-up, of course.
Just $20 to sign up for the service.
Well, yeah, and then also $20 every month after that.
This is an incredible
and
amount.
Also long distance rates may apply.
Yeah, if you have to call. I remember this back from dial-up was like we had a local number we dialed into, so we didn't have to do long distance. Oh my god. Anyway, so this is just a little.
I had no memory that they had a modem for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, neither did I.
They had one for the Genesis too.
Yeah, I knew that one, the Sega Network. I remember that, but like I didn't know the Nintendo did it. It was very not popular. Oh, it's because it wasn't made by Nintendo. It was
Famicom Teleview, but
Yeah.
but that was
Yeah, but that was Japan only.
only
So-
Japan.
So I think this was far less popular in the U.S. because it was a separate company, Catapult, making a separate thing that would connect, basically.
Mhm.
So it wasn't like a Nintendo-made thing, so it just didn't really get pushed. I like
God,
this
what
game.
The lag on that must have been awful.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I don't even know how that would work, but DigiPen. So they talk about the DigiPen, which is like the only video game making school I can imagine. Back in the day, this was like, man, it'd be sick to go to DigiPen. So they talked to a bunch of people. These names I didn't get a chance to look up if these guys still make stuff. But it's just the video game programming school. DigiPen is in Vancouver, yeah. So you go to Canada, which is great. But they talk about a little game they made, Red Shift prototype, which looks very much like a Red Alert game.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, pretty cool though that they made that. All right, and then we get to the glory on page 44
Mhm.
of the Virtual Boy, and they're pushed. T&E Soft made a lot of Virtual Boy games. I never played Virtual Tetris. I don't have this one. Tetris. What is this? Tetris 3? 3D Tetris.
3D Tetris. Yeah.
A little guide on how that works. Kind of a weird game. I'm sure it's cool, but I don't know. We don't have any experience with that. We have to get through another issue yet, so we're moving on. Ken Griffey Jr. Online, page 50. Griffey Chats.
Yeah.
America Online. Baby.
In the official, like, what was
Yes.
it called?
It was
Nintendo,
definitely really
whatever.
Ken Griffey Jr. and not like a guy who worked for his agent.
I'm sure it was him because
had-
they had a specific RSVP America Online thing for this. But I do appreciate though that they have Ken Griffey asking questions, and Grainville, the moderator, I guess the name of the guy, which I think is
Yeah.
interesting. But people asking questions, dude. There's so many like WWF, like WCW pay-per-views from like the 90s where they have like wrestlers at computers, fucking like old school ass, like white brick computers, like chatting online, like hunt and peck typing, like to other people while they're backstage, like on the AOL chat room. Oh my god, dude. Anyway, I do like though that they kind of go a little bit into like like look at this 3D effects in the Lawnmower Man. So I think they're talking about the Ken Griffey Jr. 64 game, doing mocap for it,
Yeah.
which is awesome. God, the fucking tech back then. Ken Griffey Jr. likes like Kirby Puckett. This is one reason why in the hobby, the baseball card collecting hobby, is still one of the biggest names to collect. I mean, he was always a great player, but like he just was so like in Nintendo and so in video games that like he got huge. Like everyone remembers him.
Yeah.
So it was
And he is one of the guys who didn't get incredibly like hated on for how much steroids they were all doing.
correct, because he was a little ahead of just ahead of the steroid era. Like the steroid era
that was
really
the
blew
Sammy
up.
Sosa.
Yes, that
Mark
was right
McGwire
around here,
era.
like 96, 97, 98 is right when that started to blow up. But Ken Griffey had already been so established as like a all-star
exactly.
legend that he was a little
Whereas
past
like
it.
poor Sammy Sosa, I mean maybe he sucks. I don't know. I haven't seen an interview with Sammy Sosa since like 2001, but like he was like, I'm famous for being on the steroids we're all doing and being really good at baseball. And then because he didn't really exist before or after the steroid era, he's like the first name I ever think of about the steroid era of baseball.
So we have an all Yoshi's bulletin here. Yoshi's Island is sponsoring, I think, this section of Most Wanted.
Yeah.
Where people are asking questions about games. I love the Epic Center because it's like news. People complaining about Dragon Quest VI not being in the U.S.
Yeah.
Please translate it. I mean, Tactics Ogre came over.
It is
but
patently
Tactics Ogre is a
unfair.
fun game.
I like how they say Nintendo spent $50,000 just for the translation of Earthbound. Like, it's not that much, actually.
No.
I don't even think back then that was that much. I mean, it's not cheap, of course, but, like, we're not talking $1 million here. Anyway, Dragon Quest VI said the president of Nintendo... I mean, those games are enormous in Japan. You know what I mean? I'm 76 years old. I may not live long enough to see Dragon Quest VI unless someone takes action too soon. Edith Jeter, pull you up, Washington. Yeah, sorry, Edith. You're dead. Like, whose grandma is playing Dragon Quest games? Because
I have a pretty
I am now 76 years old
with all of these letters.
I'm only saying this.
So, like...
It's been 84 years.
I don't think Dragon Quest V came out in the US either.
Don't know.
I don't think 4 did either. I think it was just the first 3.
I'm sure 4 did.
Okay.
But I think only the Super Nintendo version.
My
of 4,
grandma is a huge gamer,
and not
I know.
the.
I told...
I think only the Super Nintendo version of 4, not the NES version of 4.
I've told this story before, but my grandma is, of course, a huge gamer. But in the 90s, she will have been 40 something. So
yes, Dragon Warrior 4.
My grandma was as old as TJ is now in the 90s. So
yes, we did not get Dragon Quest 5 Hand of the Heavenly Bride in the US. Only ever released in Japan. So that was because the Dragon Quest 4, Dragon Warrior 4 was a Nintendo game, not a Super Nintendo game. So they didn't do any of the Super Nintendo Dragon Quests in the US, which is a shame because
it's so weird
4, 5, and 6 are incredible games, as is 7. And then 8,
I mean, I guess I
is on the
understand it
PlayStation.
because the Final Fantasies also didn't all come here, and it wasn't really until Final Fantasy VII that it was assumed that JRPGs would get released. Like I remember on the Saturn, Shining Force, the last Shining Force game was released in 3 parts, and the U.S. Saturn players only got the first part of it before the Saturn got discontinued.
Yep.
So, but still, I can't believe I've only ever played Dragon Warrior, and I fucking hate that game.
I also want to mention that
go
this is an Enix fan that speaks out, because this was pre-Square Enix. So that was back when Enix was Dragon Quest. I love that.
Yeah, hell, Kingdom Hearts 1 was pre-Square Enix.
Yeah. So, so they talk about Super Mario RPG, about how it was Square and Nintendo working together. This was, of course, the fruits of the Nintendo PlayStation Square putting the Final Fantasy game on the N64 and then switching to Sony.
Yep.
This was the collab that came of that. Of course, they didn't make anything after that, but incredible game. Of course, the Switch remake is there. I love the Nintendo Power, like full flip out, like full, like I love all the stuff they did with this. So this is just a little Yoshi's Island Most Wanted, how to beat Yoshi's Island, a little preview of Super Mario RPG.
All 12 bosses.
Sorry, we have to go here.
Yep.
Because that's the fold out poster of Yoshi's Island. But look at the art, the beautiful 3D rendered Mario and Mallow.
One of the things that I dislike about the remake of Super Mario RPG is that they did make all of the characters look a little bit too much like stock art Nintendo characters. Mario they kept as like what I would consider like the not Super Mushroom powered Mario. He's just like little short Mario.
Short King Mario.
But
there's the
Short
title.
King Mario. And like he's very cute in Super Mario RPG remake, and I like the music in that game a lot, and like so much about it is good. But like Bowser just looks like fucking regular ass Bowser that you've seen in everything for the past 26 years. And in the fucking render for Super Mario RPG, he looks like a freak. He looks like he's into weird shit. He does not have save search on.
Yep.
Yeah. And Bowser that has the eyes of a black eyes, like a doll's eyes. He's terrifying in this picture. All right, moving on to there's the poster you got on the other side of that fold out. War of the Gems. which I did not play. Let's get through that. Oh God! All right, and some more. Just an awesome preview for Super Mario RPG. We'll talk more about it because it'll be big in the next issue because it released.
The coolest thing about this preview is that they've got the high-res renders of the environments.
Yeah, it looks awesome
from the SNES version.
Mm-hmm.
They look great.
It's gorgeous.
There's some just great art
Gorgeous
in these,
renders.
and the Peach never looked better.
Toadstool. Remember, she wasn't Peach yet until
That's
64.
Toadstool, Princess Toadstool.
Her name is Toadstool in the game.
I loved this game as a kid, and the remake is awesome. Yoshi and Boshi, ultra hip shaded.
Remember
Dino.
Boshi?
Yoshi's nemesis, Boshi, who never really appeared again. But hey,
No, I think he might have appeared as like a Super Smash Brothers trophy or something.
and then you get some fun shit with. We got a Namco Tales of Fantasia.
That was the
spread.
first Tales game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
So yeah, Namco's latest RPG was huge in Japan. They brought this one to the US, but not Dragon Quest. It's so weird that Enix did not release the later Dragon Quest in the US because you got stuff
It's
like
weird too
like
because
this.
Chrono Trigger,
Yeah,
also art direction led by fucking Toriyama, did so well in the US.
I
You would
know.
think, oh well, the guy who does the art direction for that game that did so well, we have him doing the fucking DQ games. Let's release those. And they just didn't.
yeah. And I don't know if the Dragon Quest games would have done as well in Japan as Chrono Trigger because Chrono Trigger was very, very much like Final Fantasy VI action time battle, whereas Dragon Quest is much more traditional JRPG.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
still,
but like, look, I mean, like, even though Final Fantasy didn't release all their games over here, 2 and 3, aka 4 and 6, sold fucking pretty dang good. Like, I had them as a kid, and like, I didn't have every game as a kid, so they were popular enough for me to have them.
we got some cool art.
These
though,
guys'
here.
names are fucked up. These guys have some freak names.
What, Kless
Go back to the
Alvain?
names page.
You don't
Yeah.
like Kless Alvain?
No, go to the other names. There's some freak names over
Mint
there.
Adnade?
Adnade. Yeah, that's what the hell is going on. Mint
Clarcester?
Adnade.
Chester Barklight. God damn, that is
these-
somebody's that is somebody's name they give to fake like people out at like a hotel when they're like trying to not be tracked. I'm Chester Barklight.
Yeah, that is the pay by the hour hotel
Yeah.
check-in name, Chester Barklight.
Yeah.
It's like those names, the fake American baseball names. that
Yes.
they have.
Imagine
So
checking
good.
into your pay by the hour hotel.
Get your half and half.
You're like, I'm Chester Barklight, and then the cashier is like, wait, like from Tales of Fantasia?
Oh no. Shit. All
I
right.
haven't found out.
Pacific
Shit.
Theater of Operations 2 strategy. This is a fucking Super Nintendo World War II Pacific
There were
Theater strategy
so-
game.
So many of these games, they're
know.
terrible. They're all so bad.
Yeah. Although look at that, you got the board meeting there, policy decisions that you're like incredible. I would have loved this game if I had been old enough, because that's like
Yeah, you
my
would've.
jam. But
Freak.
classified information, we got Sequest
I love
DSV game. Apparently,
This is your tips, hints, and cheats.
yeah. Red Alert,
this.
which is a Virtual Boy game that I do own. One of the few.
It was Red Alarm, not Red Alert.
Oh, sorry, Red Alarm. Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
There's another one too. What's the top-down shooter? We'll get to it. I think
I
they
don't
actually list
remember.
all the game, the Virtual Boy games in the next section. Sorry, anyway, we go through
Lemmings
these.
2,
Zelda,
Jungle
how do creative use of poultry, how to use the chicken. Boomerang. Anyway, Shaq Fu, baby, Secret Arena.
You guys know the story about Shaq Fu?
No, what's the story about Shaq Fu?
Here's the story about Shaq Fu. So Shaq saw Mortal Kombat at an arcade machine. He goes to whoever ended up making Shaq Fu, and was like, "Guys, I saw that and I was so blown away. That is so cool. Can we please make me a game that is one of those?" And they're like, "Shaq, you are a basketball player. Are you sure that you don't want a basketball game?" He said, No. There's so many basketball games. I don't want a basketball game. I want one of those." And what they told him was, "Well, Shaq, we're not good enough to make a game that's as good as Mortal Kombat. But we have some very talented animators on our team, so we're instead of trying to make it good, we're just gonna make it look flashy. Which is why Shaq Fu as a game, kind of a pile of crap, but it does have some pretty good animations and fighting animations and stuff like that. So that is, and the whole reason they even did a fighting game at all is because that's specifically what Shaq wanted.
When Shaq wants it, he gets it. All right, we're skipping ahead because we got to get through this. We got Smurfs game, page 78, the Game Boy game that nobody played, but they get a whole huge spread in here. We got Counselor's Corner, of course, on how to do Diddy's Conquest, Breath of Fire 2, Yoshi's Island, Super Mario World 2, Link's Awakening. Just basically, this is like the shit that needed to exist because the internet didn't exist.
Yeah.
And you didn't have the guide. Okay, so we have now playing. This is the reviews.
I have printouts from game FAQs though from like 1999.
Oh yeah, I did that too for Final Fantasy VII specifically because I needed strategies. All right, so this is their review section now playing. I love that they release date memory size they list for these Super Nintendo games because this was like, okay, we got 32-bit, and then I remember the hype. Like we got 64-bit games coming out. The Nintendo 64.
Well, megabits.
Sorry, yes,
not
megabits.
Not
anyway, so they don't really review game. I think they did give scores later, but now,
I will say it was important for them to list the memory size back then, even though that's a different thing than the bits. Because you could always tell if a game had more content in it by whether or not they paid for one of the larger of the four offered.
Yeah, there's 8,
memory
16, and 32. Anyway, yeah, they didn't like it. Repetitious-ish. Is that a word? Repetitious? Oh, repetitious. Okay, thank you. I was having a brain fart. Repetitious action, flat graphics.
You were over there like that guy who was saying immaculacy.
Exactly. Cutthroat Island Game Boy they didn't like either. Slow play control, no Super Game Boy Enhanced, no password. Fun theme. Like, I love the reviews that are like, we can't say anything bad about this. So it's like,
yeah, that's another problem with Nintendo Power is they will not rip piss out of anything.
Smurfs. Nice big character graphics. Good use of Super Game Boy. Not too challenging. They like 3D Tetris, but very challenging.
Oh, there's the scores.
Oh, they do have scores. You're right. Okay,
like
they did do
graphics,
scores.
gameplay, content in total, I think.
They didn't give. Yeah, I guess 3.6 out of 4.
5 probably. I think 5-star.
Yeah. Anyway, everything's kind of adding up to around 3.
Oh, G is graphics and sound. P is play control. C is challenge. T is theme and fun.
Yeah, so they don't give a total score.
No.
They just give you like scores and then whether or not it's an editor's pick. And we got the editors Scott, Leslie, Jeff, Henry, Dan, and Terry. No last names. Anyway, you can look those up. Anyway, so this is the recap of, and this is all the
Jack Bros. I can't wait to go play Jack Bros on my Virtual Boy.
Red Alarm, Golf.
I searched Jack Bros with my safe search off.
And Vertical Force, that was the other one, the other shooter. That's all I have. I didn't get anything else. I wish I had Nestor's Funky Bowling, but I don't. Or Tolero Boxer, because these games all cost a stupid amount of money.
Wait a minute, Jack Bros is a Shin Megami Tensei game.
Yeah,
that's an Atlas spinoff of Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah,
of course.
Jack
I didn't
Bros
know
is a
that.
Persona spinoff. Yeah.
Jack Lantern and Jack
I had
Skeleton.
no idea.
Yep.
Okay. The Nintendo Power Awards, guys. It's that time of year again. Best sound, best graphics. Donkey Kong Country 2 best. Okay, let's skip all these and go to the best games because there's so many awards here. Best. What's the best game? No, what's the best epic game, guys? Sims and hybrid.
I feel like that was I feel like for 95 that was probably okay because at the time they were transitioning into games with stories and stuff because the NES didn't have a lot of those.
Yeah.
And we're getting into the SNES. We're like 5 years into the SNES now, and this is whenever people are really starting to bring out the good shit. So I feel like this year it makes sense to have some dumbass shit like that.
So I think, okay. I was just looking to see if it doesn't seem like the nominations were from fans. This was
fans get to
them
vote
putting this. Fans do get to vote, and we will see in the June or May issue the results of these. So I don't think we'll go into too many of the nominations because we'll see the results later.
I will say of the first one,
they have best
was it
sports game and best tournament fighter. So I guess tournament fighter was like fighting game. Because that's
there was a lot of the time too.
Mortal Kombat-esque.
Yeah.
I think if it's Nintendo, they might go with Killer Instinct because Nintendo doesn't like to push Mortal Kombat very much because of how the Genesis had the better version of the original one.
I would have said WrestleMania would have been up there, but the WWF games kind of dipped in the Super Nintendo era. Yeah. They were really rocking in NES, and they got better in for N64. But
dude,
Super Nintendo
best game,
Stargate game,
best game based on a movie. Judge Dredd, True Lies, Addams Family Values, Stargate, and
True Lies.
All of these games, I'm sure, are god awful.
Mm-hmm.
I
know the Judge Dredd game is bad. The Toy Story game is not that bad though.
Mm-hmm. No, it's really challenging.
Yeah.
Best multiplayer game: Tecmo Super Bowl, Killer Instinct, Dirt Track, Metal Warriors. I like, so the things are fun. Most innovative game: Mario World 6, Yoshi's Island, Earthbound, Ogre Battle, Kirby's Dream Course, Ignition. That's cool.
Kirby's Dream Course was so good.
I like the
I would give
award.
that to if it's innovative, like things that haven't been done before. I would give it to Kirby's Dream Course. That's a fun game.
But when you talk about multiplayer games, Tecmo Super Bowl 3 was actually fucking fire.
Yeah.
I played the shit out of that game. Yes, everyone talks about the original Tecmo Bowl and Tecmo Super Bowl for NES. But Tecmo Super Bowl 3, its seasons modes were really good. Fuck, I loved way too much of that game.
I really loved Blitz. That's probably like one of my favorite games, but that was
yep.
Yeah, anyway, we have the Owie Award, which is games that are the most mature player games.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the rated M for mature.
Doom, Mortal Kombat 3, Primal
is a gem. A beautiful, beautiful gem.
I do not know what Mutant Chronicles Doom
I'm gonna go
is.
for the outlier here. I'm gonna pick for that one Mutant Chronicles Doom Troopers.
Yeah, don't know that one. Funniest game? Secret of Evermore, Earthworm Jim.
Boogerman, a pick and flick adventure is pretty funny.
Earthbound, obviously.
The Secret of Evermore. That's the one that the
yes.
That's the one. That's the Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Square of America
made for.
Yeah. Yep. Square of America took the engine and is like, can we make a game with this?
Yeah.
And they fucking made Back to the Future with the dog as a Secret of Mana game, and it was.
It's a fun game too.
Yeah.
We got some fun categories here though, because we also have.
Unfortunately, the best hero heroine has not aged well. After the downfall of Diddy Kong.
Yeah, and Boogerman somehow making it in that list.
Yep.
Yeah. Everyone's favorite.
Diddy Kong's freak offs really.
Earthworm Jim was a great game, but it's a shame about the guy who made it is a piece of shit.
He's
now.
a horrendous person.
I didn't know that.
Best goody sidekick: Cranky Kong, Rush from Mega Man 7, Snot from Earthworm Jim 2, Squitter the Spider from Donkey Kong Country 2. I didn't know that was the spider's name. And Milo the dog in the mask. Who you got?
Milo, I think.
Rush probably.
Milo.
People go for Rush or Cranky.
I'd probably go with Rush.
Rush is useful.
I don't remember the mask game, but I'm gonna vote for the dog.
I'm going to vote for Cranky Kong because I like anyone who just doesn't like the game he's in.
And then worst villain, of course, Captain K. Rool, Major Mucus, who I have to imagine is from Boogerman, Idol, Shao Kahn, and Pokey. What's Pokey from? God, that sounds familiar.
Is Pokey just the Mario enemy?
Yeah, I think that's
the
just
cactus guy?
Yeah, the cactus guy.
Yeah.
Worst baddie, somehow different than worst villain. So I guess this is not the villain. Here's your little mini guy.
This is a henchman.
Creator
Mock-up,
of
Juggler,
Gem.
Go ahead.
Creator of Earthworm Jim, Doug TenNapel, currently hosts a political talk show called Doug in Exile on YouTube and Rumble.
Spanky, you're. I mean, I love you, Spanky, but you are very much the guy in the corner who's saying they don't know that John Lennon beat his wife. You just got to bring that up. We're having a good time here.
I couldn't remember why Earthworm Jim guy was bad. I mean, I knew he was bad, but I didn't know if it was like hit women
no.
or bad political
very
opinions.
much a Scott
I didn't know he
Adams.
was a podcaster. There's very few things as bad as doing a podcast. That's fucked up.
That's true.
Scott Adams. He's a Scott Adams like. All right. We got coolest transportation. Yoshi. The Epic, the Time Machine and Chrono Trigger, the Batmobile, Dactyls and Chrono Trigger. Ooh, the UFO and Earthbound and Tessie. Oh, Tessie. Oh, that's got my heart right there. Coolest weapon item, the Holy Fry Pan from Earthbound, can of beans from Boogerman, which I'm assuming you fart with. Bubblegum chainsaw, mallet, the mask.
I gotta go with the can of beans. I love a good fart-based weapon.
Well, then, coolest move, obviously, for you is number 2, the Flame Furt from Boogerman.
It's number 2 because of its number 2. I don't really care anything else about the
well, they made it number 2 on purpose. Holy shit! There's a million awards. They literally did all. They did 26. They did every number in the alphabet or every letter in the alphabet.
And then one.
Best ending, coolest code trick, best Game Boy game, best Virtual Boy game, most annoying feature.
Yeah.
Crybaby Mario.
Mario.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on, Batman Forever. Don't know that one. Where's the background? Waterworld for the VB, which I have to imagine is.
Hold on, and Batman Forever. That was like a loading screen.
Die Robots Die. Mac Warrior 3050 and NES Phone Home Earthbound.
I mean, phoning your dad is
not that bad.
It's not too bad.
Nah. Best Super Nintendo game though. Who you got? Donkey Kong Country 2, Chrono Trigger. Not a real stacked year. DKC 2, Super Mario World 2, and Chrono Trigger.
I mean,
my favorite SNES game probably of all time is Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. So
yeah, it's up there for me.
Yeah, definitely of the selection, it's that for me.
It's Chrono Trigger. Anyway, I don't really like Super Mario World 2, but it's all right.
I prefer Super Mario World 1.
Okay.
But
Pack Watch. We're going to see this game next week that they apparently talk a lot about. Fucking Titus.
Tidus.
Mm-hmm.
Tidus making Power Pigs of the Dark Age. It's like that's like one of those games you're like.
I can't remember if I played Power Pigs or if I didn't. Like, I have some sort of.
Is this based off of something? Dream. I don't think it's based off of anything.
No, it's just trying to be like a Teenage
it's the
Mutant
three
Turtles clone.
Yeah, it's like the three pigs.
Oh, so 3 pigs.
They gotta fight Wizard Wolf.
Okay.
Disney's Pocahontas. Everyone's looking forward to that game. Kirby's Block Ball, which I didn't even know existed.
Yeah, which is different than Kirby's Pinball.
I remember Kirby's Pinball. I have that, but
yeah,
was that just Kirby Breakout?
It's Breakout.
Okay, and so this is the section where they talk about. So they're talking about Super Nintendo games. This was their greatest hits, like equivalent. So that was $35 for Zelda, Super Mario Kart, Castlevania 4, Tetris, Dr. Mario, Super Mario All Stars, and Sim City. Crazy. What's crazy? About this era, I had forgotten the PlayStation was already out at this point. And
came out in '94.
Fuck, they were behind, like so far behind.
Honestly, Nintendo did not really, and they kind of still are this way. They didn't get back into the running for like gonna be top dog of a generation until the Wii. They like the 64 was behind, the GameCube was behind, the Wii was like underpowered, but it was a zeitgeist thing. And then after that, it wasn't until the Switch And now with the Switch 2, it just seems like, well, they're just going to keep doing that.
So I also like this. I love these this section too because they talk about like unreleased games and stuff.
I know why you love this section, John. It's because it's called "What's in the Cards" and it shows us tops cards of fucking SNES games.
No, so it's not SNES games. It's just KI. But Disney dropped, and also you get a free card in the April issue. So we missed out on that. Disappointment reigned on a parade at PACWatch. We learned that 2 Disney Interactive SNES titles were delayed or canceled. Gargoyles was canceled because the Genesis didn't. I love this little backhanded comment. DI execs failed to note that the Super NES currently dominates the entire video game market. Like, damn. And then Pocahontas fell into the abyss of corporate cutting. 2 concerns about the sale and concerns about the quality of the game. We applaud their commitment to quality, but on the other hand, it's disappointing.
Pocahontas, I think, ended up happening, didn't it?
It only for the Game Boy. I think they're talking about a Super Nintendo version.
Okay.
The biggest disappointment might be the delay of Maui Mallard, which is a disappointment because that's a very good game. But DI has decided to market the game this fall when the PlayStation version of Maui comes out, and 16-bit games are competing even more directly with the next-gen platforms. So we had a situation too.
Yeah. Pocahontas did come out for the Genesis, but it didn't come out for the SNES, only the Game Boy.
Yeah, super like we talked a little bit about like you had the what is it, the Lion King Super Nintendo game, you had the Genesis version, and you had the Super Nintendo version and the Genesis version of the Aladdin games, different, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that Disney was kind of like Sega is what we're doing. And not Nintendo.
The Lion King games of the 2 were almost identical, but the Aladdin one, the Genesis one, was much better. And the music was better even in the Lion King one in the Genesis version. And then they did Mickey Mania, I think.
So I really like this Flee for Your Life game tech. That Frantic Flea game came out in Germany in 1994, and they just made it in the U.S. So they were like, "We got to put an ad about this."
I mean, just to throw it out there, Game Tech was known for making all those shitty game show based video games from the Nintendo and Super Nintendo era.
Yeah.
So if you're talking about like Jeopardy Sports Edition, that was Game Tech. If you're talking about Double Dare for the NES, that was Game Tech. American Gladiators, that was Game Tech. I mean, some of them are fun, but they're not good.
Panel de Pon they talk about. I don't think it ever came to the U.S., but the Japanese puzzle game.
Yeah.
PACWatch interview, and this is it. Genyo Takeda, Project Reality.
Panel de Pon did come to the U.S. It got renamed to Tetris Attack.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
64 DD. They're talking about at this point too. The 64 disc drive, because the PlayStation had already come out at this point and was huge, and they were like, we're having another cartridge based system and not using CD, which is superior for video and full motion video and
audio quality.
and audio because of the fact that it can play directly from the spinning disc.
The 64 DD
did come out in Japan.
It also didn't do CDs. It did floppies.
Yeah.
So they were talking about how CD-ROMs weren't good enough.
And what they mean is were expensive to put into a machine.
Correct.
Whereas,
because they'd have to license.
Yes,
because they'd have to license the CD drives from like a Sony or Toshiba or whoever's making them.
Philips,
yeah.
They should have really come up with some kind of partnership with Sony to develop a.
Yeah, they tried,
console.
and it certainly didn't work out.
Well, that's why, and they did actually do the partnership with Philips, and that didn't turn out good either.
Yeah, so this is it. This is when they announced the release date of the N64, September 30th, 1996. It's launching in April in Japan. So
Look at those guts.
I know.
That
The
is
Nintendo
that is
Ultra
what the guts of
64.
an N64 look like, but it's missing a huge ass heat sink that connects all three of those heat blocks together.
The Ultra 64 is changing to Nintendo 64. The logo is now just the N, which is an all iconic logo. That N,
Yeah,
like very awesome.
I've got
Yes, and the
pajamas with
magnetic
that name
disk
on 'em.
drive 64DD, which will be in the fall at Shoshinkai, which is of course probably where they announced all this stuff, because of course they have like the Tokyo Game Show. Or Japan.
And the 64DD also was probably made a lot more sense in Japan anyway to have something like that, because they were already used to things as far back as the Famicom, like the Famicom disc system, where they could have game stores where you just bring in a disc and it'll load like the latest thing on there, and then you get a bunch of cheap, shitty anime shows making like crap games or skins for games or whatever.
Couple things about the Nintendo Power experience. Looking through this, there are not a lot of ads in this magazine. Partially because the ads
is an ad.
Because a lot of these reviews and things are ads. But yeah, there's not a lot of ads.
Usually you will find, in my experience looking through a bunch of old comics and magazines, you will find that the ones with a lot of ads were cheaper on the shelf. So like you get your $1, your $1.50 magazine. They will have like 8 pages in the back that are just like a classifieds section. And the ones that are like Nintendo official magazine in the UK and Nintendo Power, Saturn magazine, all the ones that are like more official, Dreamcast magazine, those will have, just like usually like a full page ad at the beginning, maybe one other full page ad after the cover story, and then the rest of them are just like small ads on like letters pages and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we're gonna get to April because it's been 2 hours and 20 minutes since we started. So
yeah, well, I fucked it up because Matt brought up Resident Evil, and
you guys did talk
like,
about
I can't
Resident
not
Evil.
talk for an hour. I can't not talk for an hour about it whenever it gets brought up.
Well, guess
It was
what?
a good topic.
Well, guess what? We'll record again probably at some point in April. We
should see if at GamerCon.
We'll just record an
when we
episode of
go,
GamerCon.
We should see if at GamerCon or Midwest Gaming Classic, I should call it what it is, because we're gonna go there. They have any old magazines? Like someone there's got to have like old Nintendo Powers or shit like that.
Oh, certainly. So I think,
and then we could, if we find a cool one, we could review one of those. When we do.
So
GamerCon.
I think some bullshit YouTube shorts too. It doesn't have to be full podcast content as well. We could,
True. Yeah. Or even if we don't want to be on YouTube,
I have a lifetime boycott for YouTube shorts.
We could do short episodes.
I have a lifetime boycott for YouTube, so they would have to be TJ and John focused shorts.
No, it's fine because we're just gonna blur your face and mess with your voice.
Yeah. I'm Spanky. No, you'll be dressed as Dennis Nedry.
Yeah, I was gonna say replace my voice with Wayne Knight. Get Wayne Knight cameo to do my voice.
All right, so we'll talk about the April issue eventually.
Yeah.
But this is our first time doing this format, so I didn't know how fast or slow to go. So, but and then I think we can probably record an episode at the GamerCon in the hotel room, because I do have my I do have a Zoom like a table recorder thing that I can record, and we can just have a chat. We can talk about GamerCon and the issue of Nintendo Power. Maybe we'll be able to buy an actual copy. Probably not, but.
Well,
I just wish
the game shop by your house has a box of comics, or not magazines.
That's true.
We could also just go to the game shop by your house and see if there's magazine.
We'll definitely have to do that on Thursday or something if they're still open when you get here. I don't know what time were you planning on being down. This is probably, but we should end the podcast.
But before we go, I'm just sad that these magazines we're going over 4.5 years after the Nintendo Powers I had. Because I had the ones from like 89 to 92.
I see.
You old man.
Someone's got to be old here.
Yeah.
It's going to be me.
I'll get there.
Not me.
Not yet.
Not yet.